Adventures in Alberon, A Tale of 12 Gems, our original D&D campaign set in the world of Alberon, and the third of 10 connected campaigns. I am Joe Treff, the DM of this and many other evenings, and joining me are my friends Matt, Vincent, Tina, Alanna, Cara, and Hannah. I wrote it and didn't look at you, and that made it easier.
Tina is being played by this empty space currently.
But Tina will be joining us in just a little bit, we are hoping.
Drive safe out there.
Yes, drive safe out there. Much more important to get here safely rather than quickly.
In our area. Or so.
We will be playing some Dungeons & Dragons tonight, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. Firstly, we just concluded a Humblewood Bridge campaign run for Aspire, Varia, and Hannah. You can go see that now on YouTube in its entirety when it re-airs the third episode on Sunday. You can also go see us revisit the imp familiar Visit Millar as he tumbles into the Humblewood world in Alderheart. We are in the midst of our Cypher System anthology, Iron and Thorn, the third of the anthology installment, which you can also see over on YouTube as well, and you can join us live for Session 2 on Sunday at noon. We are currently formulating some plans for our Thursday night campaign, spearheaded by myself, Dan, Olive, and Liz, and working on what comes next. We have a website, alberonrpg.com, and social media that uses alberonrpg as a handle on Instagram and Threads. I'm not going to be posting on Blue Sky because it's just the workflow of it is very complicated, and so I'm just cycling down to make it easier for myself. Yeah. So Instagram and Threads. You can see pictures of maps, miniatures, handouts, and the encounter maps in even greater detail there.
So good 3 years.
Every single thing here, from the art to the miniatures to the materials, are self-provided and funded. We do not have any sponsors except for the money generated through subscriptions and the Patreon. So thank you for any support that you can spare. Viewers like you, like PBS used to say.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Sirenscape and Monument Music to thank primarily for our sound. That is all the announcements that we have for this week. If you have not watched our previous campaigns, you can actually go to YouTube and see a recap of the first two to make this a little easier of a transition in just a little under 20 minutes. But now it is time for A Tale of 12 Gems. It is a cold and bitter wind that blows through the chilly streets. Sheets of rain go across the landscape and cast a gray pallor across the jungles around the small town of Mistridge. The normally sparsely populated town is more crowded than usual. A handful of people paying their last respects to someone so bright and full of life that nature itself seems to weep in heavy sheets upon Mistridge's rooftops. A few still huddle beneath the canopy of the L-shaped Mistridge Tavern, its doors closed and locked for the duration of Serax's funeral. Most people here make their way towards the outskirts of town, towards the one source of light that seems to almost draw them in, an offering of a break from the grit and grief of the day. The light pours off the woodline from the hearth of the Children of the Ember, its central ceremonial flame that burns with a near-hollowed light, casting a warmth across the cold landscape, the colors from banners and other decorations of the compound contrasting with the gray, welcome relief. In the light, you see various people setting about tasks for the funeral to come. You can see a number of different individuals for the children of Ember, but we will return to them in a moment. For there is a slight commotion as a nearby brazier is overturned, spilling hot coals across the paver that line the way. Little bits of steam rising up. You can see another member of the Children of the Ember, a tiny gnome, throw her hands up on her head, clutching this gray hair streaked with little bits of red. And she says, "My embers! Oh, please, Tonkee, mind your everything, okay?" And Tonkee, could you please introduce yourself?
So Tonkee is a very large, very muscular, very clumsy Goliath. She is probably about 7 feet tall. She wears these like yellow round glasses, and she has dark hair, and she's wearing kind of like leather armor that looks almost monkish in nature. She's also wearing a floppy purple wizard's hat that if you joined us last week, you might have noticed that Grimgob was wearing that hat. At the moment, she is looking miserable, and as she turns to the person addressing her, just with none of her characteristic good cheer on her face, she says, "I'm sorry, we will watch my everything."
You can see instantly she kind of softens a little bit. This is a gnome known as Dula. She is a member of the Children of the Ember, and while you don't necessarily talk to her a tremendous amount, she's familiar to you. But she sighs and she says, "It must be a sad day for you." "It's okay, Tonkee. Just remember, it's a sad day for all of us. And try to be careful, okay?"
Me just go sit down, then me not break anything.
Aye, that's a good idea.
Tonkee trundles off to find a sturdy chair.
Tonkee, as you gather yourself and you see a familiar figure from the Children of the Ember illuminated by the hearth next to the wood stacked for a funerary fire beneath the shelter of a waxed leather tarp pulled taut over top. From the other side of the fire, arriving from the other road, a tiny friend who you have missed dearly. Vincent, can you please describe your character?
Sure. So you see Grimgob, who is a goblin, shorter than most goblins, with dark green skin, long pointy ears that go on the back. You see him wearing his travel robes, which is a dual layer robe, white on the inside, purple on the outside, with silver lining, with a white cloak with silver lining. His hair is long and braided into a ponytail. And he approached carrying his staff.
Okay. Tonkee, you see Grimgob. And Grimgob, I would say, despite your short stature and not being able to necessarily see over the various people gathering about, you do see the top of this absurdly large floppy hat, and you know that Tonkee is here. Are you making your way over there?
Yes.
Okay. You make your way towards Tonkee, and more people arrive. You can see now, mixed into the 8 or so Children of Ember, including Emmie, who will be introduced to in a moment, and her father, setting about various tasks. There are other members of the town. You see a pair of minotaur, who, for you, Tonkee, familiar, standing a little bit off to the side, a massive raven-furred, the elder Brannis, and the slightly smaller and later colored Cleric, the first and second in command of the dojo, respectively. You see near them Salius Redmist, the proprietor of the Mistridge Tavern. Their curly hair is damp from the rain, comforting their crying protege, Rose Deertree, and now cresting the ridge after a brief and strangely rigid family reunion. You see, with the slightly older tieflings, Theo and Phil Rivke leading, 2 more of the friends arrive. Rhalf and Nora, could you introduce yourselves?
So, Rhalf and Nora would probably be walking side by side, though Rhalf, the sturdier looking of the two. At this point, she has put on quite a bit of muscle since the last time you all have probably seen her. She's wearing a full plate armor, or at least as the best that she can buy at this point of her campaign, as close as you can get.
Roughly level 3.
It is well polished and well cared for. Around her shoulders drapes a long cloak now. And sitting right around her throat is the scales of Tor that you expect to see upon her. While she normally has a shield and warhammer, both are currently set aside for the more somber occasion of the day. While you had all gotten used to her rather chaotic nature, she seems oddly still. But a tall tiefling woman, bronze of skin, dark long hair that is very carefully kept and braided out of the way.
Similarly tall, but in stark contrast lanky, is another tiefling woman who looks very similar to Rhalf. Nora is dressed in all gray, and kind of like loose-fitting like pants and like overskirt with like a soft like veil over top, and she carries no weapons as usual, but has a small packet of dried flowers in her hand and is a bit distraught.
The two of you make your way up, with the other members of your family kind of following towards this light, and with a fairly large crowd gathered. Give me just one moment here. You see a half-orc dressed in white and red vestments that draw to mind the children of the Ember. This is their celebrant, an individual named Shiza, a half-orc who is quite tall, though they are a little bit stooped here. They adjust this frock that depicts a flame at their chest. They look around, and the little bits of conversation sort of die down. For all of you gathering here, you can see behind them Emmie and their father sort of flanking this huge funeral pyre. And though there is this sort of tarp drawn over it, there is this slight sort of protuberance that would draw to mind the shape of a body, and it is here that your friend likely rests. The half-orc speaks up. O Valus, keeper of the silent spark, guide our hearts through the shadowed night. Teach us the sacred art of release, that we may honor what ends without fear, and carry the embers of memory with reverence. Let us now. And suddenly, somebody just walks straight in front of him. And Matt, could you introduce your character?
I was wondering when he was going to show up.
So walking in, probably holding umbrella in hand, but not with it out open, comes in a light blue tiefling wearing a purple coat and dark clothes underneath that are pretty varied in color and texture, and a big large scarf around that, and he walks in with a big smile. And who's the nearest of the people here to me?
I would say probably Tonkee and Grimgob.
Okay, I would go over to Tonkee and Grimgob, and I would just go, Tonkee, and I'd give a big hug.
She gives him a big hug. Too big, maybe. Tuuli, you home?
Tonkee has gotten, if possible, stronger since you last met them, and so you do feel your bones pop slightly. And you all can see this half-orc's eyebrow raise, almost annoyed at first, these sleek steel piercings that ring through the eyebrow, dripping rain off of them. They blink in disbelief as Tuuli interrupts this somber event. And you can see a single small tusk as their lip curls up in a sad half-smile, and there are a few chuckles in the crowd. Mistfits, with Emmie standing slightly off and to the side, who we will introduce in just a moment, you stand together in the rain. And though it is no less dark and somber, for your closeness and several years, the world feels a little brighter for it. The half-orc just kind of shakes his head at Tuuli and says, "And now, the parable of the waning ember. There was a hearth whose flame had burned long and bright, illuminating the lives of all who gathered near. Yet even in the brightest fire must fade. Velas came, silent as dusk, and knelt beside the hearth. 'Do not grieve,' he whispered, 'for the flame is not gone. It lives in the warmth you carry, in the stories you share, in the love that endures beyond sight. And so we learned. To release is not to lose. To let go is to honor. The quiet flame teaches us the grace of endings." And in this moment, you can see both Emmie and her father light this pyre. And there is this, which is almost certainly magically aided, as it consumes the entire stack of logs and immediately the presence that is on top. Emmie, as you bask in the firelight here, can you describe your character, please?
Emmie is tall, fairly skinny. She has a mix of red and ash gray hair. It's hard to tell which is the highlight and which is not. At the moment, it is down. She is dressed similarly to all the others of the commune. Kind of a burlap beige robe with a red chasuble over the top. Fairly tall, fairly skinny.
Okay. As you stand there, and as the rest of you see this pyre go up, you can see this glow almost reflect off Emmie's skin, not from the rain, but almost with this essence of magic. And you can see and hear the voices of the children as they raise up in the communal benediction of release. These words that mean a lot to you, Emmie, but less to the rest of you, give way to additional songs, some sad, but with a slight undertone of joy that Tuuli sort of foretold. This is a place similar to this parable that was told, where loss is not entirely a bad thing. You can see that there are members of the children singing here, but other members of the town head off to places of quiet reflection. You can see Celias Redmist head to the back entrance of the tavern, which most of you would know means that it is not going to open again immediately. Can I have everybody please make a perception check as you stand around this fire?
Roll.
Yeah, you can
get your dice.
I like how
Please
your
forgive
response
them.
wasn't to ask for a dice, it was to just walk all the way around the room. And
This is his first day
Listen,
playing
shit.
D&D.
We're all playing our characters already, you know.
Matt's flying and hot.
Yep, from Arizona.
I was just
Rhalf?
so psyched to start. I didn't even
I am
think that I
looking at the fire.
actually
One. God damn.
Oh, starting off strong.
Auspicious.
18.
Okay,
Also 18.
okay.
12.
17.
Not great. It's an 8 on the die.
But you're a bard.
Yeah, it's still an 11.
Okay.
You're a level 3 bard.
For those of you who rolled an above a 12, you do see that there is one of the figures here who moves off in a direction a little bit differently than the rest of you. They slip away from town and into the woods that are ever so slightly to the west, wrapping up this hill that kind of shrouds Mistridge, and into the forest that you have all spent many days hanging out within. For those of you who rolled an 18 or above, you see a tiefling. And though it has been a number of years, this is a tiefling that is familiar to all of you. This is one Penance Pepper. And they hurry into the woods. Did anybody roll above a 20? Very well.
Can you remind me who Penance
Level
is?
one,
Is
Joe.
that a person in the other group?
Penance Pepper is one of the other group of kids in town. Penance Pepper is a cheerful tiefling who some of you might know went off and pursued a little bit more of a musical career. Though seemed to find herself of late in the thick of combat a little bit more than most. And she hurries off now into the rain. You can see sort of just water around the hood that is drawn up, hiding her face, but the horns as they sweep back, the sort of case that is on her side, certainly this is Penance Pepper.
Where's she going?
Who?
Penance.
What? Pen's here?
Yeah, of course she's
Went to
here.
the woods.
The rain gets a little bit heavier, and for all of you standing within it, if you want to maintain the warmth of community that having your friends back around you has, you have a bit of a choice, though you could stand in the rain. This fire does burn and provide a bit of warmth. You could, with none of you owning a home in this place, impose upon one of your own family with the rest of your wet friends, or you could seek a more familiar place, though likely not well maintained.
Tonkee, does the cabin still stand?
Have I seen it recently?
You may not have gone recently, but within the last couple of months, you've happened by it, and it's not in great shape. You saw the old couch that all of you dragged out there is still there, though mostly covered in moss. The ceiling had caved in a little bit, but it's technically still there.
It not look so good, but it definitely still there.
We could go to Pentonius's.
We haven't hugged all of you, and Tonkee, one by one, just squeezes all of them within an inch of their lives. We would like to see the old cabin. Antonius is nice, but he kind of smells Tuuli.
But he bathes pretty frequently. Maybe not these days.
Might not be picking you up. You're a little too quiet for my ears, too.
Yeah, well, I'm getting more wet, so I'll meet you guys there. And I start walking towards the cabin.
Okay.
Oh, you want? You should have your hat back.
No, Tonkee, you keep that. It looks better on you anyways.
Okay, Grimmy.
Is the direction of the cabin the same direction Pen went, or did she go into a different way completely?
Penance went in the same direction as the cabin, though that is generally the woods.
Yeah.
Hard to tell. I would say make a survival check. And you had a perception of 1.
Yeah.
Make that a disadvantage.
Sure.
As you see Grimgob walk away, you see
Oh, that's it.
his hand wipe away at his face.
I don't want to go home.
I don't think we're wanted home right now.
Come to the cabin, twins.
13.
13.
That'll
Roughly.
Okay. I didn't see which way she went, but as we go, she'd probably keep an eye out for her on the way. But
Okay.
if we see her, we see her. If we don't, we
Sure.
don't.
Having rolled a 17 and then heard them discussing penance, can I make that same survival check?
Sure.
That's much better. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. With a dirty 20, as this is pointed out to you by the rest of your friends, and you kind of gather in from the duties that you have had in this ceremony, you look at the ground and can see that there are indeed some wet footprints. You said dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not alone.
Hmm.
Though the most recent ones almost certainly belong to Penance, there are at least 4 more sets of footprints that seem to have gone off a little bit ahead.
I'm gonna start walking in that direction,
Okay, you follow Grimgob.
but specifically following the footprints.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't want to keep looking at this.
Tuuli, you gonna open your umbrella or what?
Oh, well,
It's raining.
today's a good day for rain, Tonkee.
Can I use your umbrella?
It's
Very carefully opens it.
very slow.
It's too small.
Your shoulder's still getting wet, your back's still getting wet, but your head at least provided some relief from the rain.
I'm pretty sure one should use umbrella when it rains.
And you travel a little bit into the woods.
As Nora walks past, she takes the little packet of dried flowers and tosses them into the fire.
Okay. You toss them into the fire. There is this little... As they are taken, almost certainly this is a magical fire. It catches very quickly.
Oh, I have seen so many good things these past few years.
We can talk about them later if that's okay.
That's okay.
Did anyone even know he was here?
No. Me been here this whole time. He didn't come find me, even for a hug.
That's
Oh.
not like him.
I'm sure he would have if he could.
Mm-mm. Something's up.
I mean, you see him when he come back?
No.
Where is everyone right now?
So all of you are now walking through the woods. You step through the mud, and here, where the plants kind of grow up and around, there are huge jungle trees. There are large, low-hanging shrubs and various bits of plant that hold the dirt very well. So though it is muddy, you do not find that your feet are necessarily troubled by this. There are places where it does become a little bit more challenging, and so as you make your way through the woods, and Grimgob, you're leading, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh no.
Grimgob, it's been
buddy.
3 years. Of the people here, 2 of them remained in town, but you have chosen to lead.
Can I help them?
Go ahead and roll it flat.
And you are low to the ground, so your line of sight is a little tougher.
I imagine that the
Hard
help
to
looks
see
like I
things.
scoop him up and put him on my shoulders.
With Tonkee, you get parallax angles.
And because there's an umbrella blocking your vision a little bit.
Here's my proposal. I put him on my shoulders. I hand him the umbrella.
7.
But you
All
think
for
about that
nothing.
Wait a
too
minute.
late.
Yeah, all
I was
for
about to say,
nothing.
Wait
I
a
think the
minute.
hat would kind of whack.
I don't know where I'm going.
You go through the woods. You follow
What do you
Grim
mean?
for probably a good 20 minutes. A good 30 minutes go by. And for you, Emmie, with that survival of 20, you come across your own footprints pretty quickly. You have somehow walked in a circle almost impossibly quickly. This almost takes skill to do.
Well, I've got us halfway there. Someone else should take the lead from here.
Emmy is still actively pursuing the other sets of footprints.
Someone's been
Not-
following us.
The group.
Okay. So you just branch off away from the rest of the
Yep.
group? Okay.
I will. If they're welcome to follow. But...
So are you
notice?
saying anything?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you
Well,
wander
I-
Do we
on.
notice
I just
that
said
she's
what I
leaving, or is
said,
she like
so if
sneaking
she's-
away?
I would say it seems
Not
like
sneaking.
probably you notice.
I'm not sneaking.
After
Where you
saying
go?
someone else should lead and she starts walking off, I'll follow her.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and Tonkee starts following her too.
Tonkee, you would know that, like you, although actually more often than you, Emmie goes out into these woods and into the places surrounding this area, and so probably the best person to lead, other than you.
Yeah. We trust Emmie.
Emmie, you follow these footprints, and after another 5 minutes go by, you get yourself right back on track. And you can tell without a shadow of a doubt, even as the rain fills them in, some of these footprints are a little heavier, some of them almost identical. These match people that you know. These are all of the other kids who grew up in town. Everybody has come back from this event. And after about 20 minutes, with you, Emmie, your footfall so familiar here that you could make this trip blindfolded, you reach an area where around you the trees give away to hills, and you can see a familiar copse of trees a little taller than you last left them that surround the badly damaged abandoned log cabin. And can everybody make a perception check, please, as you approach?
Not as good.
Ooh.
No.
We sad. 10.
Better,
14.
but not good. 19.
19.
Hey.
12. With a 19, Emmie,
Better.
you are in the lead, and so perhaps this is why.
Definitely, this is why. No other reason.
Amongst the overgrown, rain-damaged, but covered with tense branches and strips of moss damaged cabin, you see a number of other individuals sort of pulling pieces apart. You can see the door has always been open and exposed to the elements, but now there are literal pieces of the wall being kind of stripped away. And you can actually hear the voice now of Penance, just barely over the sound of thunder and wind, as she says, "Just keep looking. He was looking for something, and we just need to figure this out. Quickly."
I'm walking in.
So you just clear this ridgeline. Let me get a visual perspective. Can we move this map off the thing? And pull another
combat
one?
already.
Stupid rival groups. No, we can talk to them. We're all grown-ups.
I roll my importance for today.
What?
I roll my importance for today.
I left my shield and my hammer at our house.
Yeah. You got fists, don't you?
Yeah.
Look at this.
You got
Oh,
these
wow.
hands.
Oh no.
Oh, I forgot that it's tropical.
It
Yeah.
is tropical.
Look at how tropical this is.
Jungle.
We're in a rain. Oh, wait, the Yeti. Just gonna squeak that.
And so unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the blades painted because just a lot happening this week. I'll pull up this battle cam. Yeah, what you see is what you get. So you can see Emmie as you, and you're coming in from what is north on this board, other side through those hills.
What is their group's name?
They are the Blades of Mistridge.
Blades of Mistridge. Oh, of course they are.
Not that you all know them as that. That is a name that they have taken up. In
No, but
We
my
think they
lore
real
document knows
tryhards.
What?
Emmie, as you clear this space and you approach, you can see this pale tiefling with the sort of reddish undertone to their skin, the raven black hair neatly kept between a pair of these curling ram's horns. She is wearing black and gold clothing, and on her back you can see that she carries Serax's polished ivory-colored fiddle case. You then can hear this kind of brassier, crasser voice calling out, "If you give up, Rock Boys, I can always just do it for you." And then another voice piping in, "Right. Like you could even lift this garbage."
Talon gave us a loan.
Yeah.
Did all of us hear the thing that you said before you went to the thing about how...
Everybody, only Emmie heard that stuff up
Okay,
until
just-
you heard the voice of Arlie Crackleslash. You said, "If you give up, Rock Boys, I can always just do it for you." This is a voice that has haunted your dreams, Grimgob. You have heard this quite a few times. And Arlie certainly up front.
Is that the fucking other guys?
Did we see the case that Vance has?
Only Emmie, who
Only
is
Emmie,
kind of
okay.
leading the way here. And Emmie, as you kind of clear this space, I would say Penance, who is closest to you, would turn. Squinting through this space, she would say, "Stop! Who goes there?"
I'm walking straight up to her.
You're walking straight up to her.
Tonkee will
You
to
can
him
see-
be like, oh, sorry.
She pulls this instrument around and she says, "I'm warning you." You continue to approach.
You needn't do that.
I cast
yes,
mage
I
armor on myself.
You cast mage armor. There is this magic in the woods. You say you needn't do that. And that is all that you say. Everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh man. Oh no.
Also, oh no.
Well, oh no, in the sense that once again, these are not the numbers I was looking for.
These are not the numbers you're looking for.
No, nor I.
Nora, I.
We're gonna be.
Are you?
Okay,
Guys
so
ready to kill these contemporaries
as a
of
reminder,
ours?
non-lethal damage always an option.
Me not know how to do non-lethal damage.
Imagine coming back for the funeral of your friend and you murder 5 other people in town. Damn. Anyways,
That'd be a
anybody
rough way to
natural
start.
20.
Absolutely.
Nora's screaming.
25 to 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirt 20.
do I
Okay, for Emmie. And then 20 to 15.
15.
Nine.
I'm somewhere in here, but I can't find
15 for Nora. Oh, for...
17.
Already
for
mixing us
Tuuli.
up? God damn.
I know. 15 for Rhalf. Somebody who's 16?
I said 19.
19.
And
19
I'm
for Grim.
17 for Tuuli.
Grim, 17 for Tuuli. All right, 15 to 10. Ooh, 10 to 5.
6.
6 for Nora. What about you, Tonkee?
Natural 1.
Natural 1 for...
Tonkee is a lover.
So, Emmie is going to start us off, followed by Grim, followed by Tuuli, then Rhalf. Actually, Rhalf, what is your dexterity score?
My initiative -1 if that helps.
That does help.
Yikes.
So,
Not you, though.
after
Not me.
Tuuli, the Blades of Mistridge will go, then Rhalf, then Nora, and then Tonkee. So, Emmie, you can see this sort of fiddle coming to bear as this she begins to play something vaguely magical. You can see there's other bits of magic swirling up behind you, almost in response to this mage armor, almost in response to your approach. This seems to be the start of combat. What are you doing?
Is it fair to say that I would have gotten closer?
You'd be in the tree line, yeah.
Okay. So I'd probably walk up here and cast light on one of these bushes.
Okay. You step forward, you put your hand down on this bush, and it begins to smolder, not truly with fire. It maintains its normal kind of vitality, but you can see almost this radiant light just creep across it before the whole bush, just this light.
Penance, I only mean to talk.
Make a persuasion check.
19?
Oh! Baby
With a 19, you say this kind of standing here in the rain. There is a crack of thunder behind you, and in the sort of unpredictable and darkness that is now falling, it is hard to tell how effective your words were. Though you likely seem, even amongst this light, a little ominous here in the dark. Anything else, Emmie?
No.
Okay, that is your turn. That brings us to Grim. Grim, you can hear Emmie's voice as she speaks to Penance. There is tension.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see. I am going to ready a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready magnify gravity
Okay.
right here to help them pick things up. But really, Emmie's trying to not have to do a fight, so I'm gonna try to not be the one to start this fight. So if they take any hostile action against us, the spell is gonna go off.
Okay.
Alrighty.
If they take hostile action, it will trigger the spell. Anything else, Grim?
And that'll be it.
You begin to move your hands, just murmuring incantations as you get this magic to a sort of boil. You do not cast the spell. You hold it in reserve. That is your turn. That brings us to Tuuli.
I'm gonna say to them... Sorry. Don't dishonor his death on the day of his funeral. And I'm gonna ready cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
So if they don't back down, I'm going to put Calm Emotions on them.
Make them.
Yes, I'm going to make them calm down if they do not do it of
So
their
you're
own
going to cast
volition.
Calm Emotions. Grim's going to cast Amplify
The best
Gravity.
way to calm someone down is to yell, "Calm down!"
Anything else, Tuuli?
I guess, are we getting closer? I'm getting a little bit closer towards Emmie.
Yeah, you get a little bit closer now. All three of you creeping through the woods.
What do you want to be?
I would walk kind of up towards, just to kind of like get behind Emmie in support.
I'm guessing all
and
this is
also
the terrain.
so that I can
Yes.
get within range of.
That's as far as you can get.
So you creep forwards, trying to pick your way through. You squeak this sentence out from the back of the tree line. Thunder kind of swallows up your words. You're not even sure if they're able to hear you at this range, Tuuli, but you hold this magic in reserve. Both you and Grim with magic in your hands. That is your turn. That brings us to the Blades of Mistridge. For all three of you sort of approaching and trying to speak about not needing to escalate things, Tuuli comes up and says, do not dishonor his memory on the day of his funeral. And Penance snaps this fiddle case open, pulling this fiddle free. And she says, what would you know about dishonoring Serax? You haven't spoken to him in years. And she screeches this thing across the fiddle, and a bolt of fire streaks its way out, and I would say probably towards Emmie, because Emmie is in front. This does provoke first Grim and then Tuuli's reactions. So first,
Serax's move.
Firebolt. This is going to be 23 to hit.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Emmie, this is going to be 10 points of fire damage.
Okay.
There is this across, steam sizzling off the firebolt as it impacts you. The light flickers off this bush. Almost at the exact same time, Grim, you cast what spell?
Magnify gravity, and I will yell out loud, remember, I didn't start this, but I will end this.
Oh, here we go.
So what is this?
It's a 10-foot radius, and I centered it here, because that's where most of them were. They're all going to need to make a Constitution saving throw.
So I think Penance is the only one out of that range. I
Yep.
don't know. Okay, so we're going to start with Ragged Spoilerblade, this brawly dwarf, for a Constitution saving throw. That is going to be just an 11.
Fail.
For Ryle Stone, you can see this tiefling who, clad in armor not dissimilar to you, Rhalf. They are going to roll a natural 20.
That will make it.
No, it won't. It's a sad day, and Nora's had a bad feeling about this whole day. It's going to be a 3.
3.
One of my portents is gone.
So what does that look like?
I think it's just like Nora doesn't even realize it's happening, where she just kind of like is. Tears have fallen already, and there's just like a slight like trip, almost like he's tripping over a string or something.
Okay, so he just sort of trips for just a moment as he tries to make this save and is unable to do so. Give me 1 second. That threw me off just a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
That is 2 fails. For Noah, you can see holding this rapier now, just drawing it from the sheath. That is only going to be a 4.
Fail.
And then for Arlie, you can see Arlie is going to have a dirty 20.
Succeed. So the fails take, I didn't roll very well for damage, 7 damage, and their speed is halved until the end of its next turn, and the one that succeeds takes 3 damage. Also,
so as gravity amplifies on that point,
douche. And then everything, all objects in the area, if they try to carry, like pick anything up, they'll have to make a strength save against the thing to try to pick something up.
Interesting. As you amplify gravity, the floor gives away, dumping all of them into a space beneath. I think I'd actually not planned for this.
Oh boy.
Did you find a hidden base for Grim?
Did you find the rats?
Crushed the
Can you guys
hidden
clear
basement.
this space, please?
Oh my
goodness.
Oh, I found the hidden room.
What if we don't want to?
Everything within is crushed.
What a way to start.
The hidden room is no
I
more.
hope there weren't any clues in there.
Oh my god! What is this?
It's a whole ass other area.
Whole new world. All right. We'll support on the other side.
We barely
And
understand
if
the one
this
we
kind of has to
have.
rest on parts of this map, that's totally okay.
Oh, we gotta
Move that tree.
move the palm trees over here.
Hannah,
Palm
move
trees
that tree.
by my hand. Oh.
Thank you. Then I can just kind of rest on whatever's under there. That's fine. Okay. Just even that out as best as you can.
Oh, it's Rez.
You can
What's
see
it on
more of
the
this
left
at
side?
Algeron RPG on our Instagram.
That's true.
If people
When?
take pictures.
Dana,
What?
put something underneath that corner for us.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm just gonna get rid of this thing. Here.
What? Oh, here we go.
Oh, I was gonna say just let it go. Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
So, while this
Look,
is
guys, I advanced the plot.
can you say again exactly what just happened? That
This
caused
area collapsed because he
into this?
used the gravity.
Because
spell.
there goes gravity.
Okay. so this is like a.
This was
subsection of
underneath.
this.
This is the basement of this.
Gotcha.
So, that is
More falling through floors.
Ragus. That is, I believe, the twins as well. Both falling down. All of them are going to need to make dexterity saving throws. And only the dwarf falls flat, taking as a
Embarrassing.
10-foot fall, 6 points of fall damage.
Uh-oh.
He's not looking great. Is Ragus Boilerblade. As this collapses in, there is a of warm air that just gushes out of this subterranean space. And from where all of you are, you can't really see into this, but there is a gaping hole beneath this floor. Most of the blades of Bistrage collapse in. You can hear various yells. And at this point, you can see now... Tuuli, did you have a reaction as well?
I mean, I did. Not sure how great that's gonna work.
What does it do?
Calm emotions.
I'm gonna. Everybody stop.
What kind of a savings throw?
It's each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose within 60 feet of me must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be affected by one of the following effects. And I get to choose for each creature. So I guess I was going to place it on all of them there,
Which
but
means
now...
it's going to get
It would still hit them.
Arley.
So is it... Are they...
It's a
how-
20-foot sphere. 10
20
feet down.
No. It's 40 foot because
40
it's a
foot
20-foot
sphere.
radius. So it's
Oh yeah.
40
Diameter.
foot
Yes, you
diameter.
are right. Okay.
Um,
So absolutely, that gets everybody.
And it's a 20-foot radius sphere, or they're gonna become indifferent towards us. But they
Okay.
might become, or I can choose if they want to be charm
Make them
immunity
angrier.
to charm.
What kind of save?
Charisma save.
Charisma save. So first, we're going to start with Penance, who's pretty good at charisma saves. That is going to be a 15.
That's a save.
All right. For Arley, that is going to be an 18.
That's a save.
For Noah, that is a natural 1.
That is a failure.
For Ragus, that is just going to be
Against this man.
just a 6.
That is a failure.
And then Ryle is going to be a 2.
That is a failure.
Oh, you guys! I've
Sorry,
always
8.
wanted to
Still
do
a
that to
failure.
them.
So everybody who falls into this hole, there is suddenly not a calm, but really more of a fear of the immediate surroundings that changes the state of your emotions. They are now indifferent to you, not because really that the spell, it's really
And-
the situation.
And to that point,
Yeah.
the creature becomes indifferent about creatures of my choice that it's hostile toward. This indifference ends if the target takes damage or witnesses its allies taking damage.
And so the effect immediately ends on Ragus.
They're probably... well, they saw them taking damage,
And
probably.
they
so.
saved, so.
The two who were down at the bottom
so-
saw them. So everybody breaks calm emotions. But you did hit half of them technically with the spell. So there you go.
Nice.
That is Penance. She turns, she sees the entire thing collapse. That is her action. As a
Should've
bonus
guessed on you.
action,
They
she's going
shot
to turn to Arley, and she is going to say, "Go and get them." And she's going to point and give a bardic inspiration to Arley. That brings us to Arley's turn. Arley has 30 feet of movement. Okay. So this is the first time that you've seen Arley for a moment. She pulls off of her back this long, very spindly looking spear. You can see the tip of metal almost dyed to a purple hue. And as she spins this around, you can see this light begins to crackle around her. She is different than you remember her being. But she is going to move. Let's see here.
She's different, but she's
5,
still
10,
bad dicks.
20, 30. She's going to action dash. 10, 20, 30. And then from here, she's going to take the spear in her hand like a javelin as she clears the woods, and she is going to hurl it directly at, I'm going to say, Grimmy, because it just makes the most sense.
You
Wait,
did
as you
just crush
Did she
them.
fail or succeed her save?
Succeed.
Okay.
As she clears the way and you say, I didn't start this fight, but I'll finish it. She sees you, her eyes
crush them
narrow, and you
under
can
the
see this
collapsing
huge
building.
goblin smile cross her face. And she says, Grimgob? No, you're not finishing anything. And she hurls the spear towards you. That is going to be a 23 to hit. This spear whistles through the air, and it is going to deal 4, 5, 6, 7 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And then, as a bonus action, you can hear her yell, Eye Gouger, come! And the spear swirls back around and returns to her hand. She levels it at you, Grimgob, almost challenging you to a fight. That is Arlie's turn. That brings us over to Noah, Ragus, and Ryle, who are all down here.
And did they all fail, right?
They failed which?
The magnify gravity?
Yes.
Okay, so all their speed is halved.
Yes. So they are going to do some things that you aren't seeing here.
I see nothing.
Actually, they are going
Actually, I do see nothing. I'm all the way back.
What they do in the privacy of their own weird cave under the cabin is their business.
What happens in the cabin stays in the cabin.
Half their movement to stand up. Half their half movement to move 5 feet. Actually, it's half their movement because they have to stand up, half their difficult terrain, half from amplified gravity. They take 1 step onto the wood. That is their turn. Give me 1 second here. That brings us to Rhalf.
So a lot has just happened.
Yeah, so much has happened.
I think
This was not how I expected this to go, but I'm happy with it.
it's pretty
Is
good.
it ever how you expect it to go with us?
Did we ever
So
walk-
you hit us first!
I think
It wasn't you this time.
Tina failed persuasion by 1. It was
Oh, no.
Damn.
I think Rhalf would move up here. And then see that she's just hucking her spear at Grim and just be like, whoa, whoa.
And then you see the spear just turn and return.
Okay. I think she would make eye contact. One word. She's gonna cast command on Arlie.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Arlie is this goblin.
Yeah. Cast command on Arlie and just say drop.
Okay. What kind of a save is that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Cool save.
That is going to be a 5.
She fails.
Suddenly, Arlie's hand almost pries open. You can see she tries to squeeze against this, but the force magic almost finger peels her off, and the spear clatters to the ground.
And then she'll just kind of like turn and just yell as loudly as she can into the the forest. What in Tyr's name is happening here?
Okay, you roar this out, and as you do, the woods around you just almost blow away with the fury. Anything else?
She's moved physically up. I don't believe I have any real bonus actions that I can perform at this time that make any sense. So I will just take my slow butt and slowly try to get into combat range.
There you go. You go. This is what tanks do. That brings us to Nora.
Move out.
Did you move?
I did.
Oh.
20.
Oh my god.
Why?
Heavy armor, I think.
Yeah.
It's heavy armor.
you're
I
encumbered.
had heavy armor. Okay.
Wait, I wear heavy armor. Okay.
You're strong.
You'll be
So,
Goliath.
Nora,
Strength to wear this.
So where is the difficult terrain starting?
Difficult terrain is that hill.
Okay. So we heard
It's the ankle
the crash.
weights.
Yes, you did.
Is there anything on fire?
Nothing is on fire that you can see yet.
Great.
You can see light kind of at the top.
Light is fine.
But it's like that. It's a radiant light that you are familiar with. As
I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen Emmie's light before,
Yeah.
and this feels good. So Nora's just going to run forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. That's as far as she gets. With her full action. And is just kind of going to look at the destruction that has been wrought on the childhood hideout, and catches sight of Penance holding Serax's violin. Fiddle.
It's not the same thing. It's keyed.
Yeah.
Anyway, and using thaumaturgy, it says you create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range. And I think the sound that she creates is like a softer, more competent version of the violin as played by Serax.
Okay.
Emanating from the source of the cabin as Nora just looks at it and says, it's quite loudly, it's ruined. What did you do?
Okay.
She's looking at you.
Thaumaturgy, the sound of Serax playing this fiddle, and it cracks through the rain sharply, and you can see this draws Penance's attention immediately, and her eyes narrow towards you, and you can feel spite.
The what did you do is very explicitly directed at Grimgob.
Absolutely. But hearing your voice seems to have triggered anger in Penance. Anything else, Nora?
Nope.
That brings us to Tonkee.
All right. Vincent, would you mind? Does 30 feet get me to Arlie?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Awesome. Tonkee stalks up towards Arlie, and she goes,
Hug.
looks down at her,
Stonking.
and she goes, Arlie, we grown-ups now. We solve things without violence. And then she is going to wrap her in a big hug, and this is a grapple attempt.
Hell yeah.
So this is opposed athletic.
We solve things without violence.
Okay.
Smush.
In this moment, you can see as you try to grapple Arlie, the spear at her feet crackles with electricity, and you can see her muscles twitch, but separated from her weapon. You are easily able to grapple her, I would imagine, as she rolls an 8.
Nice. Hell yeah.
All right. And was that the last of my movement? Or was that all my
You
movement?
have 5 more movement.
Okay. And so now that I've got her in a bear hug, I'm going to begin to walk her away for a timeout. And so,
Your speed halved as she vehemently resists you.
Yeah.
She kicks. She grabs at you. She tries to scratch with her little goblin hands. And she says to you as you say this, "The only thing adult about you is your body. Your head is still a baby's." And she kicks and tries to pull away, but you are so much stronger than she is.
and okay, so well then, as a bonus action then, Tonkee's gonna activate Giant's Might and grow to large size from medium. And as she does, as Arlie grows smaller and smaller in her arms, she's going to say, "No You have a baby head! Look what me can do!
You grow larger, the hat suddenly proportionally smaller, and you grow into and then again out of this hat as you become a full-size category larger. You stand now towering even more above this group, and Arlie kicks, but completely ineffective against your size. Anything else, Tonkee?
No, I think I've done enough.
All right. Give me just one moment.
They do stuff. We don't know what stuff, but they do the stuff.
I'm thinking they're starting to have a bad time down there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming
We might want to jump in and save them.
I'm going as fast as I can.
I don't think, not all of us even know that this has happened. Like, I don't think Tonkee saw it.
There was a "You've ruined it" shouted at Grimgob.
There's also a collapsing
I was gonna say,
building.
probably would have made a noise.
Yeah.
The collapsing building sound
Here.
would probably
Not
be
a-
loud.
The building would have disappeared. Yeah.
A good chunk of it, for sure. Yeah.
All excellent points. Thank
And if
you.
you've ever heard like a
60%
wall falling,
of the Baba Yaga hut is still up here, and a 40% is now in the basement.
So things happen down in this basement, and that brings us to the top of the round. Over
Sexy
to
things.
Emmie. Emmie, this light flickers at your feet. Combat swirls around you. The building collapses. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up.
oh, I made it. Fuck.
Push these bushes aside.
I'm gonna stop at Penance. I'm gonna look at her for a minute. I'm gonna offer a hand.
Okay.
If she doesn't move, I'm gonna keep walking faster.
Okay, you offer her a hand, her eyes fixated on Nora. You can see eyes almost pinpoints. There is what looks an awful lot like anger, and she does not accept your hand, so you just try to walk by her.
Penance, the rest of your group just fell. I'm going to help them.
You turn, you walk, there is this sing, and from one hand you can see now holding this fiddle and the stick, the other one holding this rapier, and for just a moment she kind of flicks it as if to attack, but you do not provoke an attack of opportunity, as in this moment, with Arlie grappled by a massive Tonkee, she's a little bit paralyzed as to what to do, and you are able to walk straight past her, no problem.
I think I can get up to the edge. Can I look down and see what's happening?
That is 20, that is 30. You are sort of right at the edge of this hole.
Yeah.
You can see now into this space, there are 3 imps just flying around, these tiny spears of blackened metal, just jabbing at these individuals. You can see Ragus Boilerblade, this dwarf, broad-chested, blonde hair streaked with blood. They're looking pretty hurt. The imps themselves seem untouched. And under this space, you can see there is a set of stairs that are carved into the natural stone themselves that go up and up and up to this sort of almost what looks like a massive doorway, 20 feet tall. Though there is no door, it is just a flat stone with little reliefs and elements of some kind of infernal script, but from here you can't quite read it. And it is still in dark, though there is a faint, almost lava-like glow coming from those glyphs.
Am I within 60 feet of Ragus?
Yes.
He gets 8 points of health back.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Cure Wounds on myself.
Where do the 8 points come from?
The Healing Light.
Okay. So as you approach, from you, this light, the spell itself left behind, but part of it seems to almost travel within. And as you crest this sort of hill and peer down beyond and the light spills into the darkness, you can see Ragus stand up just a little taller.
And that is my turn.
Do you say anything?
Make a persuasion check for free.
18.
18. Okay, no problem. That is your turn. That brings us to Grim. Grim, you see your power manifest as the entire cabin just collapses. Many members of the Blades of Mistridge falling within. What are you doing? You can also see your childhood bully, Arlie Crackleslash, now being gripped by a massive Tonkee.
Let's see. Alright, I'm going to... Well, I'm assuming I don't know anything that's going on over there, so I'm just going to say to, like, out loud to everyone... To answer you, defending us. They shot us first. They know something about Serax's death. Very confident. Not know why he knows that, but he's sure he knows that. And then I'm gonna walk 1, 2, 3, 4. Mediocre goblin.
Mediocre white goblin.
Can I just pick up the spear that's on the ground?
You could certainly try.
I try.
It's a returning weapon.
You go ahead and you
And it's sparkled.
pick up this spear.
Too late now.
Yeah.
As you pick up this spear, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
What are you talking about? Grimgob's very smart. He's not wise.
17.
A 17.
Not bad.
Roll pretty okay.
Yeah. That can't be so bad for
With a 17, as you touch this spear, you feel a storm rolling over your shoulders. You blink, and for a moment, as you touch this spear, you are not in this place, but you are within the Oberdun Basin, this place that goblins typically come from, a place that you are very familiar with. And as you look around with rainwater just dripping down in what is a sort of cavern or a sinkhole of sorts, you can see the jungle canopy all around you against the graying sky. As you pick up this spear, you are standing at the precipice of a muddy temple that you have never seen before. And when you blink, it is gone. But you hold the spear in your hand and it feels magical.
And I'll say to what's her name again?
Arlie?
Ollie, half your group has fallen. Stop this fighting.
Okay, you say that,
And I pick up the spear and I walk away.
You pick up the spear, you start walking away. She looks after you and just kind of squirming a little bit up to be able to breathe. From Tonkee, she shouts out, "Grimmy, you don't know what you're grabbing! You are too weak to hold that!" Anything else, Grimmy?
Weak? And I'll probably say that will be like the end of my turn.
That brings us to Tuuli. Blades are on deck.
Emotions on.
Tuuli, you feel for free as if your
Do you
combination
want to
does
go
not
straight
work.
through, or do you want to go around?
Yeah.
Straight
If
through?
you don't want to go
Straight through towards Nora and Penance.
What's your walking speed?
It's 30.
Are you dashing?
Difficult terrain.
This is all difficult
is.
terrain.
Oh, it's difficult terrain.
It is.
That hill, yes.
Then yeah, I'll.
You'll probably be about here then.
Oh wait, no, I can't because I'm not a rogue anymore. I can't bonus action dash.
You got a regular
You
dash.
got a
Dang.
regular dash.
Then I'll just go. I'll go the
You got the
regular.
mundane dash.
I'll go the regular movement because I think that still gets me within 30 feet of them, right?
Of who?
Of Nora and
Penance.
I'm
Penance.
in the trees.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get there, and then I'm going to say to Penance, "Penance, please, we were all friends before. Serax wouldn't want this. We all loved him, some more than others." And I'm going to look at both of the two of them.
Oh no.
I'm going to cast Charm Person, or ready to cast Charm Person if she does not calm down of her own volition.
I will say she does not look calm.
Charm Person.
There you go. What kind of saving throw is that?
That is Wisdom saving throw, and they have advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails
Wait.
the saving throw.
If we have done anything harmful to her, and I don't think we've attacked her directly.
As you
Grapple counts as an
gravity
attack
the
action.
entirety of her party
Does
down
so-
and into the ground.
Yeah, but nothing to her.
I'm going to say that's
Sorry.
Darn.
It says
Successful
you.
grapple is
I
an attack.
appreciate you,
This
rules
one.
lawyer, but this one, I don't believe it.
It's also not great. That is a 9.
It is a
To
failure.
have the rules letter disbarred on account of this.
Or at least put in timeout.
At least
faith
audited.
argument.
And this is Charm Person, correct?
Yes, this is Charm Person.
As the magic leaves your mouth, you can see it crosses her and it just breaks across her brow as if she cannot be charmed.
Oh shit.
Anything else, Tuuli?
I'm gonna say bonus action, bardic inspiration. Sorry, Nora.
Nora, you feel just a little bolstering of magic for free at the end of your turn. Pendant says, "Some of us were friends, and some of us turned our backs." But that is your turn, Tuuli. That brings us to the blades. As a bonus action, Arlie is going to summon her weapon. Your hand becomes empty, and this spear appears tight, still within Tonkee's grasp, like all of Arlie just kind of bundled up there. I believe grappled, she can still make an attack just at disadvantage.
It's not even that. She can still make an attack.
Her movement's just 0.
Oh,
Her
we
speed
love
is
this.
0. And her speed is 0.
So she takes this, she now holds it with 2 hands, and she begins to try to attack you.
Me?
Yes. That is going to be a, please hold, 12 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, and then that is all that she can do. She swings, but unable to strike with this sort of blade. So bound by you is she. That is all that she can do. She used a bonus action and action. That brings us to Penance. So Penance, Tuuli, you're standing in the woods. Emmie has kind of crossed this space, but you were. Where's Nora at? Nora's still in the
Right
woods
next
over
to her.
there.
Yeah, we're like
Okay.
kind of 10 feet away from each other, roughly.
I'm surrounded by wet brush. Wet. It's so damp, nothing could possibly catch fire.
She's going to wade into the forest.
Oh no.
Hey!
This isn't about to be
That's
a
Billy's voice.
fisticuffs.
Rapier drawn.
Oh.
You can see she flicks it off, just kind of cutting an element of foliage away, just falling like a curtain in front of you, and you suddenly feel very exposed. She levels this blade at you, and she says, your betrayal was worst of all. He trusted you. You must know what he was doing back here. Tell us! And she thrusts this blade towards you.
Shield.
You pull up this arcane shield as she rolls a 10 to hit.
That would have hit.
Just ricochets off this shield.
I'm a wizard!
She turns, looking through the woods and seeing Arlie bound. She says, Arlie, break free! I need your help now! And she's going to give a little bit of bardic inspiration over to Arlie. And that is Penance. That brings us down to the bottom here. Let's do a quick couple of actions here.
Do I get to see them?
Huh?
Do I
Oh,
get
yes,
to
you
see
do.
them?
So you actually see Raga's Boilerblade pulls out a short sword and a shield. You can see they raise it high and then draw it down across this individual. And on a 19, that is a critical hit. They are going to deal 10, 11, 12 points of damage to this imp. Give me 1 second here. And the imp directly in front of Ragus is just cut in half. He turns, difficult
Rez
terrain,
just got back.
stands here.
He's
Nora
on a
will
mission.
climb.
He hasn't realized that he's been gone for 19 years.
You can see
Shit.
Time flows
Noah
differently in Narnia.
draws this blade, and unaware of the fact that you are watching them, Emmie, you can see they whisper to it. And in that moment, there is a shine that just streaks off the blade and seems to almost blind one of these imps who screeches in Infernal. That is cursed. And then they are going to take an attack with their short sword. That is going to be a... Sorry, got a lot of people to keep track of here. Because they are
12.
Hexblade cursed, that is going to be a critical hit on a 19 again.
Who's hexblading down there?
That is going to be 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage, and that imp just cut straight in half as the hex kind of collapses around them. The one up at the top, yep. And then finally, we have, I was worried about them for a second, but I didn't have to be. We have Rhalf, who grasp their short sword and their shield, which has the Scales of Tyr upon it, and they are going to take the Scales of Tyr, shove this imp into the ground, and then try to impale it with their sword. That is going to be a hit, and they are going to smite. And this imp just into nothing as the Blades of Mistridge vanquish these imps.
Well done, Blades.
No.
They're doing like
Are they
actual
just-
adventuring down there.
And you can see
They're just using the build
just
of our
hugging.
previous C2 part.
Noah, this tiefling who holds this rapier, look down upon the steps. and pick up a piece of paper. This scrap of paper that has bits of writing upon it. But they still hold it in their hand. They have not yet read it. That is the Blades of Mistridge. That brings us to Rhalf.
What's our paper?
Is our paper.
Joe's face says, yeah, that was your paper.
No! He has a piece of paper! Yeah, he has our paper. Give it back.
We must kill them
I
for the
will-
paper now.
So I move forward. I see Penance and Nora currently in
Death.
a very strange battle of wills going on. Like, I'm not really sure why Penance is so mad at Nora right now.
Because they love each other.
I will action dash forward to get closer to get in there. Fine. Enough.
Yeah, you have to crowd surf on the bushes.
And I'll kind of look at both of them and just be like, what has gotten into you? What is happening? And I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Nora.
Okay. There is this glow that emanates from you, kind of almost buffeting the armor, making it seem almost brighter in this moment. The scales glow anywhere that they appear upon you as you cast this spell, and you cast Sanctuary on Nora. Anything else?
That was my movement, my action, my bonus action, my free action chit-chat. That's it.
Penance as a free action turns to you, still very much intent on striking Nora again. You can see this rapier kind of coming back to strike, but in this moment of pause, she says, "What's happening here is that you let Serax down." That is your turn, Rhalf. That brings us to Nora. Nora, with Sanctuary placed upon you, you do feel a little bit of protection, and with your twin standing by your side, a little bit less dire straits. What would you like to do?
I don't know why he was here. I tried writing letters, but I don't think he got any of them. But you're probably right about... I could have tried harder. And you just kind of as the shield dissipates, she just kind of
Crumbling.
is awkwardly standing there I don't know what to do.
Make a persuasion check.
You have
I do. And I think popping out from a little fern behind her is just a little cat chirp. Thank you. So that's
I could cat. I'm fine with this.
appreciated. I cannot roll my R's. Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
That's going to be a dirty 20, Joe.
With a dirty 20, your shoulders sag, you stand there not really knowing what to do, and in this moment looking pathetic and covered in water, just dripping wet, and with your much larger and more confident sibling standing by you, you look pathetic.
Everything is plastered, not fashionable, looking bad.
And you can see Penance brings this rapier around and stops it inches away from you. And as you admit to some elements of failure, you can see Penance falter. And she turns and she says, "Arlie, stop! We have to help the others." And in this moment, you're all out of initiative. And because it is 8:30, this is where we're going to step away for a quick break.
Thank you, Penance.
And we're back!
For this session, we will be back in just a little bit. There will be a countdown on your screen, and we will see you at the end of it. Alrighty. With us through the
Paladin of
break if you
Justice.
did. If not, you're a part of it now. Thank you for joining. We just concluded a combat with a little bit of diplomacy. Really sad diplomacy.
Sad diplomacy.
I'm pathetic. And then I showed my pathetic AC score to everyone here.
And that just calmed everybody right down.
It's like, Nora, what do you mean you need a shield to beat a 10?
Somehow
You need a
weak.
shield to beat a
So with the
10.
rain still falling down, you can see Penance lowers her blade and then sheathes it, still holding the violin and the bow in one hand. There you go. I did that just for you.
Appreciate it.
She looks you up and down. She turns her gaze to your twin standing by your side, and she draws in a deep breath, closing her eyes. I'm sorry.
Totally big smile.
Did you see him before?
I did.
Was he happy?
She looks around and kind of turns to the rest of the people. Still, just you can hear Arlie just screaming, "Let me go! Come on, let me go! I'll kill you, Grimgob!" And just like trying to
not
struggle.
Hold on to her, Tonkee.
You can see
Hug her
Penance
harder.
says, "We should gather the rest of your friends."
And yours. They're in a hole?
She
Was there
nods,
hesitation?
What, is
Turns,
everyone okay?
makes her way over to the hole to go help.
They both love.
Emmie, you call down to the people who are there. You can see Noah, this individual with the sheathed rapier, kind of studying this door or wall or flat sort of infernal structure. They nod absentmindedly. Their brother steps up behind them, laying a gauntleted hand on their shoulder, and that seems to snap them out of it a little bit. But they turn and they say, "There's something down here."
Nora,
Hold on.
looks over the edge and says,
Tonkee!
Yes,
Maybe I
Emmie?
can
Come here.
see what it is.
and
Okay.
Make
And she
your
walks
way
over,
to
but
them.
she's still holding Arlie.
Nora calls down. It's like, "Are you all okay?" And casts bless on them down there.
You get insight check.
Do you still have
Bless.
I used it for the
Oh,
persuasion, and I gave back the die. Oh, it's right there.
There is a glimmer of magic that leaps from your fingers and down into this space, and these individuals suddenly sort of bolstered through Bless.
Natural 20 for a
Natural
total of
Yeah.
21.
As you near this, as you get within maybe 20 feet of this hole, Arlie, who is kicking and screaming and scratching at you, suddenly, with a natural 20, you feel her body calm. And though you're not sure why you know this, it's because all of her attention suddenly goes to the spear. When the spear seems to almost move of its own accord. You could almost be fooled to thinking that she's pointing the spear at this hole, but she's not. This seems to be moving on its own. And she calms very quickly.
Okay. And so still holding her, can I understand she's calm, but can I try to intimidate her into being a little more cooperative?
Sure, what are you doing?
So she's still holding her. She doesn't squeeze or anything, but she says, Arlie, me not like you, but obviously we grown-ups, we need to work as a team. You gonna help us or what?
Make an intimidation check.
Or persuasion?
Cocked.
I guess. Auto-intimidate.
We kind of,
Auto-intimidate.
we're arranging it that when she thinks she's being persuading, it's usually
I mean, you're
just
still
intimidating.
gigantic and
18.
hugging.
With an 18, holding this tiny individual in your huge form, it doesn't take much to intimidate her. She gets a little bit calmer. And you can hear, kind of quietly spoken, she says, "Well, I always liked you." But with that natural 20 as an insight check, this is Arlie using emotion almost like a knife. She is trying to steal, very passively bully you by kind of turning into the victim here.
Okay.
Even knowing that, it kind of works.
Tonkee kind of slowly puts her down, and as she does, she like ruffles her hair in a parental kind of way and goes, "Me know that not true, Arlie, but nice of you to say."
She turns, spins the spear end over end, it sheds the water, and she just on her back.
That neat spear, by the way, where you get it?
She squints at you, and she says, "It's been in the family for a long time. Thank you for putting me down."
Don't make me pick you up again.
Can I do an insight check?
Make an insight
on
check.
It's been in the family.
Absolutely.
For a
She
long
hops
time.
down into this ground.
I will.
Wonderful.
Tonkee, do you have a rope?
10.
Arlie is one of the worst people in the world. And so for you, Grim, you know that she's lying. For you, with a natural 20, that's true. This is something that has been in her family for a long time. She hops down into this hole. What you looking at? And she makes her way to the rest of her group.
I actually don't have a rope. So, oh wait, no, I must. I have a pack. Yeah, now that I've put her down, Emmie, if Emmie asks for a rope, I'd hand my rope over.
No, tie it off and drop it down so we can get out. And then
Oh.
Emmie's gonna jump down too.
Okay.
Emmie, you're so smart.
Are you just jumping the...
At the point where it's 10 feet,
Okay.
yes.
So you just kind of grab onto the edge, you lower your body, and then just kind of drop the last couple feet down. You land amongst these tiefling twins who are studying this frame.
I think Rhalf would kind of gather Nora and Vincent and just be like, okay, we can sort everything out. Let's get out of the rain at least and make sure everyone is still alive. And she'll go towards the edge of where everyone is dropping down. And
See, this is just like
see if
old
we can-
times.
climb down.
Truly, we are old now.
All of you make your way to the edge of this. And you can all now see into the space where Emmie has dropped down into. Emmie, as you look, do you read Infernal?
I do.
Okay.
I actually read all writing, Joe.
Because you're smart?
Because I'm smart.
Definitely because
so
you're
learned to do
Because
it.
I'm smart.
So
And not for the same reason Alina could do
No.
No, what are you talking about?
And awkwardly stand for a second because my pen.
This room that you are in is a stone room carved from the natural cave. This is a space that is naturally occurring, but as you look at the ground, there are these small bricks that are almost faded back to stone. They are so old, but somebody has carved little bricks out of the natural stone. There's no mortar here. You can see the air has already flown past you. It's warm down here, and as you get into the space, it tastes of iron. It isn't dark because there is a dull glow that comes almost like magma from these infernal glyphs. And it isn't writing that you see. It is the edges of letters that suggest that there is a message here that you cannot quite make out, and you know that it's an infernal.
Okay.
But what it looks like in this door, about 20 feet tall, just a single frame of stone with seams of this almost magma-like light coming from behind, is this. And you can pass that around.
Puzzle.
20 feet tall, this stands with these small, almost spaces that look shaped for things to be inserted into them.
How many? 12
Weird.
to
Yeah.
be precise.
I would have noticed the
Reflective.
twins
Stop
had picked up a
moving.
piece of paper. Are they trying to hide it from me now that I'm down next to them?
You notice them pick up the piece of paper. I would say you don't notice it anymore.
Where's the paper?
You can see the twins exchange a knowing glance. You've actually seen your own pair of twins make a very similar kind of exchange.
No.
And at once, both of them say, "What paper?"
Don't lie to me.
You can see Noah looks to Ryle, Ryle looks back at Noah, and then Ryle, this paladin, kind of steps forwards, allowing their twin to still kind of study this door. And he says, "Any paper that we found, what business is it of yours?"
The same reason that you are here. So are we. I know Penance found his body.
You can see he turns and looks over up at Penance. You can see all of them turn. And suddenly Penance feels the center of attention.
Nora's horrified.
Yes, Penance says. It's true. I did find the body. Everybody inside. And she drops down into this hole.
Tonkee, having finished tying the rope and then gently kind of lowering it down, then jumps into the hole as well.
Okay.
I
Tilly would
think Ralph.
probably like scramble down a
I think
little.
Ralph would actually just use the rope to hop down instead of trying to crush her knees.
No problem.
It would be pretty clumsy, but
What about you, Nora?
Nora's not athletically inclined. She hasn't really done a whole lot of athletic-based stuff in the last few years, so she's going to attempt to shimmy down the rope,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
You shimmy down the rope. It's not far. And with Tonkee securing it at the bottom, it's not going anywhere. You slide down pretty easily, though your twin makes it look a lot cooler.
Yeah.
And all of you now find yourself in this kind of subterranean space. Rain still kind of falls in. There is light shed from this door. And Penance says, "Yes, I found the body. Something happened to him. Something magical. It was nearby. What do you all know of this place? This is where you spent your time."
First time I've seen it.
Not here.
does this look like anything any of us have seen?
Yeah.
We would remember if there was
What?
cool caves underneath our house.
Let
What
me assuage us all. And I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
What exactly are we looking at now? Like,
There's like a
this is
door.
Yeah, so
Where
behind
the-
this kind of circle, you can see 20 feet tall, there is just this big stone frame that is like that.
is this. Yeah.
There's this kind of glowing, almost
door.
magma-like light that is kind of cast behind it. And it looks almost shaped like a door. That's the easiest thing to call it, but it could be a wall, it could be a plaque. You could call it many things.
Would I be able to cast Identify on it? Is that an object?
It is an
I
I
object.
mean, purely technically.
Would I
Be
have a
objectified.
pearl of at least 100 GP at this point?
Was that in your starting equipment?
No.
Probably not.
Okay. Not that I didn't think
We had
I
similar
could,
struggles.
Yeah,
with
no,
the
I didn't think that I would
Yeah.
be able to. This is like the one. You do need it for ritual casting as well, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Does anyone have a pearl?
Tonkee reaches into her pocket and pulls out Rocco, her and
Hi,
goes,
Rocco.
we shine him up a little bit.
No, Tonkee. Rocco's is
Rocco,
special.
when I pet Rocco.
He's better than a pearl.
You're right, Tuuli.
I never came across something like this while exploring the woods.
No, decidedly not. However, who casts Zone of Truth?
I'll cast Zone of Truth. I'll cast it so anyone can choicely stand in it because it is not like a huge. It's a 15-foot.
Where all of you land, everybody but the dwarf is caught within this space.
Yeah.
So no problem, you do that. What kind of save is that?
Get in here, dwarf.
Charisma.
Charisma.
But you can choose to fail. You don't.
Fight.
Neither of them are just going to choose to fail a magical effect that isn't really announced to them. It just kind of hits them. So they're
Okay.
Yeah.
She said
well,
she was
I
going
may-
You said liberty has to assuage your anger. You guys haven't seen each other for 3 years. This is not an ability that.
Yeah. So I think for the verbal part of it should probably be like
I swear to tell the truth, the whole
Penance doesn't
truth.
roll.
and nothing but-
no.
What do you give penance?
Penance gets a 3. I rolled double 3s.
Yeah. I think Ralph will say we'll have Tyr's judgment.
Okay. If you say that, Ryle chooses to fail.
What
You
did
can
that spell
see
do? I don't know what
they
it does.
nod.
Ooh.
You
Why'd
say
I
that?
say that?
I choose.
I hated that I said that.
When you say that, Ryle says, it is Zone of Truth. And it will ensure that everything passing between our lips is true.
Me never lie.
I've never
They
been down
turn
here.
and they look to you
Lying
They
is not
nod.
Fun.
and they say,
Something.
I would say well met. But I have heard that you have not done all that you could to aid Tyr. I suppose it is always up to us to further balance the scales.
I may be flawed, but I'm doing my best. And she kind of chokes that part out because she's kind of she knows. But
There are many within the tribunal's halls who plead the same.
listen, we're here for a funeral, and now a mystery. We have all failed him now. So let's get through this.
Noah, who fails this save, says, I have the paper. You can see from this hair that hangs over their eyes, they pull from their pocket this
Good thing.
rolled up, very badly beaten up piece of parchment. You can see certainly torn off a larger hole. And they say, what will we find within? Why should we share this?
We all liked Serax.
Because we don't know what we'll find within.
But what if this is important?
Then there's more eyes.
What if this is valuable?
Then there's
You
more
can
eyes.
keep it. Let us read.
We just want to help whatever Serax wanted to do.
Emmie, make a persuasion check at advantage with the help of your friends.
So persuasion.
I'm helping by not saying anything.
21.
21.
But
You
I'm
can
smoldering
see-
in the corner.
There is a motivation behind their eyes that is fiery. There is desire for something greater than just this cave or just this town. And that is what they are clinging on to. But as you say that you are all friends of Serax, you all want the same thing, especially within the zone of truth, they relent. And they open this paper in full view of everybody. And the paper reads, and I'll pass this to all of you. Across 12 stones, the story lies, carved in mist and jungle skies. In fractured light and embers gleam, beneath the mythal's silver seam. An archdevil walked the ashen strand, Asmodeus with contracts close at hand. 12 mortal lines in dread and need took jeweled hope in hour of greed. For Veilorn's flame, a ruby's breath, to master fire and laugh at death. Yet love is tender, memory, and then the page kind of torn. It's harder to read beyond that line, but they pass this to you. And as they read this out, you can see almost instinctively a quill and piece of paper find Penance's hand as they copy this poem.
Same, actually.
Okay, you copy this
In the
as
back
well.
of my book.
No problem. You
Does
to the
this
back.
sound like Serax's writing?
No.
I'm starting to memorize it.
For you, sure, no problem. You start memorizing in the back of your mind. Pretty easy for you. But for you, you have an innate ear for Serax's sort of rhymes and the sounds of their voice. It's melodic. It's a lot more almost whimsical. There is sometimes almost like a aggressive fun to the songs. This is none of that. This is something that is almost certainly older than Serax.
He didn't write this. This isn't his.
This is a sad song. This is a bad song.
This is an old song. Look at this paper.
You can see Noah just kind of close their eyes. This tiefling, the hair that hangs over one of them, they seem to almost be listening to the sounds of this cave.
What are they trying to do?
Make an insight check.
Do we? Yes. Do we clock that or?
Make an arcana check, Nora.
12.
What did Serax?
They seem to be thinking.
Oh,
Nora, you roll so well.
Does this sound like anything that I've heard about in my travels?
Make a history check.
22.
Okay.
Same question.
History check. For you, Nora, as you look at this individual, as you look at somebody closing their eyes, you, and maybe only you, can see that their lips move almost minutely, like they are whispering. And you, being somebody who feels things, recognize that in a much more active way, so too does Noah Stone.
What? Nora kind of like takes a step forward and just like quietly whispers so as not to like break concentration on whatever he's got going on. What do you hear?
Make a persuasion check.
Not 20.
Ooh.
20. You whisper this to them so as not to break concentration, and they say, I can hear Lore Choir whispering to me, and they say, this is the tale of 12 gems. And they quiet, seeming to have said too much.
Does that mean anything to me?
Make a history check for the two of you.
same.
Make these at advantage now that you hear this exchange.
23.
23.
Poopies.
This boy went to school.
I'm never gonna roll well for the rest of the campaign. I'm
I
just
have
getting them all
not
out now.
rolled. That's a 15.
25 for Nora.
Dang. Okay. As this is all said, as you hear these words whispered out, for you first, Grimmy, you went to school.
Excuse me, 24.
24.
I can do math.
Okay. Little less.
Yeah.
The two of you have heard of this tale. This is something innately tied to the continent. A Tale of 12 Gems is a myth about the founding of the various points of civilization across this land. A long time ago, when humans and others tried to settle this place, they found the wilds of Mythelstreen untamable. And so they were thought to make a deal with the archdevil of devils, Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, depending on who you talk to. And this individual granted 12 distinct families powerful magical artifacts to allow them to tame the wilds. Each of these a gem in some way, shape, or form. What these are and who many of these families are has been lost to time. Did you roll a natural 20?
No, I rolled a 19.
Bardic?
Would that give me 10 natural 20?
So Bardic Inspiration, does that apply to a history check?
It would apply to an ability check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta use Bardic before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate. You were one shy of learning perhaps a little more.
Damn!
That's still a good amount to know.
Still a good amount to know, indeed.
While people are kind of like standing around and doing cool stuff and turning over pieces of paper and all of that, Tonkee looks around and she's like, and finally she says, "What is going on?"
Tonkee. We'll tell you.
You tell me now. Good time to tell me.
We fell down this hole, and then we found this big wall, and it has 12 things in it. And then we found a part of a poem, but it's a story. And it's a story that goes way, 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 way back.
Tuuli, she
and we
is
don't
not
know
eloquent.
enough about it.
Tonkee, we're talking about what Serax
She
was
is
doing
not stupid.
before he died. And honestly, I'm starting to think that his death was not accidental. Where did you find his body?
Penance turns and points just a little bit to the west of where this cabin is, and she says, "He was near here. He was in the rain. He looked almost as if he was sleeping. I know that's a stereotypical thing to say, but he looked untouched.
Did he say anything to you
He was dead."
already?
What brought you to our cabin? Where we used to hang out. I mean, not down here, but up there.
Make a persuasion check, Grim.
What if I'm not good at these?
Looking for clues.
Can I help
Bardic
with
Inspiration!
There you go. That's my shit.
Is it a D6?
Yeah.
Probably that would probably hinder.
Fair enough.
Well, there goes that dice.
By a tiny little puffball. It's just a tiny little cat.
Persuasion. Alright, let's see.
Wait,
15 add 0. 15.
Like a joke.
With a 15. What was it that you said?
What? They found the body. Why are they investigating the cabin after finding the body west of here?
Penance looks at you, and this tiefling says, "I was following him. He wouldn't tell me why he was back. Every other time he told me, but not this time."
At least he told you that he was back.
Did he tell you where he came from?
Yes.
Well, where?
He was in Hexgale before here.
Hexgale.
That was so close.
Whatever that piece of paper was, that's where he acquired it.
He was so close.
I think at this point, Rhalf would want to basically roll insight on trying to basically confirm something. She believes that Serax wouldn't have said anything if he truly thought he was in so much danger that saying something would bring it all
Make
up her
an
head.
insight check.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, your twin is taking all your good rolls.
Only one of the siblings get them for the day.
That's true.
Ends the
Yeah.
rules.
About what he was doing in Hexgale?
I mean, it's probably sub 10, knowing the rest of
Okay.
this. No, it's actually 10.
Okay.
It's 10.
Still just 10.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
Oh no.
For you, as you say this to Penance, she says, "He was researching, I thought, for his songs, but perhaps I was wrong.
Maybe he stumbled on something
It would seem so."
and he didn't want to tell us. Because knowing him, I would assume.
Something bad about this song.
He may just not have understood.
Or he understood too well.
Serax always understands things.
And if he didn't, he would ask one of us.
Not me, though.
Perhaps.
Can you show us where you found it?
Yes. Is there anything else that you need while we're here?
Well,
It is nice to have everyone back.
Ralph's gonna look up towards like the destroyed cabin. He's like, I'm not sure what's salvageable. Listen, I know we all have our histories. Put it aside for at least today.
I shoot
Tomorrow.
hateful eyes at Riley.
Charlie?
48 hours. Maybe. Until we at least get some footing on what's happening.
You glare at Arlie. Arlie is enraptured by this door. You can see all the muscles on the right side of her body holding the spear down at her side, a little bit more engaged than the rest of her body, but just stares. She cannot meet your gaze. For you all sort of stand around and state these things. Is there anything else anybody wants to do down here?
Is Arlie looking at something in particular, or just like in awe of the door?
Make an insight check.
Can I investigate the door?
In what way?
Natural
Arcana?
20.
Make an Arcana check. With a natural 20, it isn't just any part of the door. It's a very specific part of the door. You would see... She is currently staring at this section, the bottom right section of this door.
Does she
Like,
have
enraptured
something that
with
she
this.
thinks fits in there?
You don't think so, but there seems to be almost like this calling, almost like a connection that she can't quite place.
Arlie, why are you looking at that one?
Fuck you.
Hey, that's not nice.
She meant it.
With a
She's still
natural
in the zone of
20,
truth.
when you said that, her hand seems to almost, like the spear, yanks towards this door.
Oh.
She is keeping it down. But she kind of breaks away a little bit.
Something's going on with that spear you have.
Something's going on with that fucking mouth of yours. I'm going to wait up there. And she leaps and doesn't quite make it and has to use the rope to climb.
As she's going, can Tonkee get a hand above the rope so she can prevent her from going all the way up just for a second? Above
Yeah.
her on the rope, I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So she does that, and she's like, Arlie, be nice to Tuuli.
I'm just trying to help.
Okay, Tuuli, that enough.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Arlie.
She climbs right up to the top.
Tuuli, you want lift up?
No, that's okay. We
Okay.
can let him cool off.
Grimgob, what was your Arcana check?
19. I went to school.
This entire door hums with the powerful arcane magic. An arcane magic that seems to almost twist deep down and into the earth beyond your ability to perceive. This is innately, immensely powerful, and it speaks of conjuration. Almost certainly, this is something that is designed to pull things towards it. And as you look at these sort of spaces, maybe whatever is supposed to be within them. Each one does seem to be very specifically shaped.
Do I recognize any of them? Just by their outline.
Give me one sec.
Yeah, I want to look at the one
Specifically focusing on the one that Tuuli pointed out towards that
This
one.
one? I would.
'Cause I think
would
it's,
like to assist with that.
Oberlin Valley related.
Make a history check at disadvantage.
Oh, can I assist?
Make your history
Make
check
a-
at disadvantage.
Can I then do it myself?
There's just no real reason that you would know this either.
Oh no, 7. I skipped this time.
Smart one.
Maybe some
Glass
kind
of
of
wine.
a gem or a vegetable. Definitely a gem or a vegetable. Is
I
everybody-
do relay that this is a powerfully magical door.
When did Arlie get their spear? I'm gonna ask to the general friends of Arlie.
Ragus would kind of nod. The first time that he said anything, this dwarf, you can see they're kind of cleaning off their sword, and they say, "Oh, she got it sometime in the last year or so. It was a hard-won prize, I believe, from the basin.
The basin?
Aye, that's where she's from.
Who gave it to her?
I don't think she got it given to her, lad. I think it was taken from something or someone."
Well, something about it is making the door get different.
You can see they turn and they regard the door for the first time. For the rest of you, what are you all doing?
Tonkee, be a dear and help me out, please.
Oh, yeah, Emmie. Good
And-
idea.
Emmie's
I'll
leaving.
point out the one that, and I'll be like, the spear was going.
Okay.
Tonkee's gonna climb up after Emmie.
You climb up after. Is everybody going back up?
I think Ralph would hang behind to see if Penance also hung behind.
Nora
Penance
would
goes
follow
up.
Penance.
Okay, you go up with Penance. Penance goes up.
I guess she just goes up and then follow.
Okay.
Can I just inspect one of the imps? Because that's an unusual thing to find out here. And they are
absolutely.
dead, right?
Yeah, they are very
I'm
dead.
just like, I'm just realizing, like,
Oh yeah, I
Wait.
forgot the imps were there
You
too.
walk over to one of the
I don't remember
bodies of
imps
the
being
imps.
here when we were younger.
What are you trying to ascertain about this?
Have I seen?
For free, I will say these naked little imps, tiny little booties on the ground, they're not carrying any items with them. They have these tiny little short bows that are like impossible to probably put into practice, and tiny little spears.
Can I place what, if they are from the same level of hell as Asmodeus?
Make a history check.
I would want to look at them in more of a nature sense. Like, have I seen this type of imp before? Are they like?
How natural are
You can make a nature check. I would
From,
say it would be a natural 20 will get you no. And so probably like it's not a nature check to do that, to ascertain that.
Like the nature of these imps? I don't know.
Evil.
If they're
I like
Imp
that.
life.
They're devils.
they?
22.
from like
22.
the plains of.
So you go and looking at this sort of body, thinking about what or where it might hail from. Your knowledge you didn't study the hells. You know a little bit about this, and it's not enough to know if they came from a specific level, but it strikes you that such a small creature, probably not super high ranking and not even close to Asmodeus, the archdevil, the literal devilest devil that could ever devil. These guys, whole different kind of level. You're looking at sort of the pawns on the chessboard here.
Did the other guy leave?
Right now, just the twins have stayed behind. Ragus goes up.
I'm watching the guy inspecting the door now.
Nobody's inspecting the door anymore.
Oh, it's just okay. Well, then I would
Conspicuously, the twins are remaining behind.
I would wait then.
What are the twins' names again?
Noah and Ryle.
And what's their last name?
Stone.
Hey, Stones. What were these imps doing here when you came down here? We've never seen imps here before.
So, Ryle turns to you, the plate mail kind of just clinking in this underdark area, and they would just say, "You know of this place more than we do. You spent many days hanging out just above here. I believe it was you that dumped us all in here in the first place."
It was an accident, I think.
You're still in this one for the last 15 minutes.
What's
It's still
Penance?
true, it's still
What's her name? Right? Penance.
Yeah.
Penance shot first.
You can see he narrows his eyes, and
And I couldn't really see who you were.
Within the zone of truth, it's still technically the truth. So yeah,
You couldn't
no
really
problem.
see who you were. Is that the truth?
I mean, I assumed I couldn't really see who they were. That
No,
like,
you couldn't.
yeah,
You couldn't. But
I just
also,
saw
but also,
people there
See.
and threats.
technically, Penance also shot first. So that's true.
It's all safe.
I think
Um,
as oh sorry.
Just one last thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think as we're mulling about back up here, Ralph would want to look around to see if there's any like indication of infernal influence up here.
Make a
And
religion check.
are we just dumb?
Make a religion.
Yes, but
like,
Would
do we
anyone
just never
from
know?
Ralph, me trying me
the
hardest.
area know more about this potentially?
Sure.
Like at
Uh,
the,
excuse Tom.
You can think of a few folks.
She's too high up.
Salius
Cara.
Redmist has spent their whole life in Mistrange, and their father before them, and so they probably would know. You also know Eelgrass, the sort of strange wizard of the town, who many of you have some dealings with, some of you not really allowed in their presence anymore. You would imagine if you can kind of get through to them, you might be able to learn more.
maybe we could ask Salius or Eelgrass or
Is Penance up here or is she still down?
Penance is up there. So right now, still down there are the twins. Grim, are you going up top?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Tuuli?
I would be like, I'm not leaving until they're leaving.
There's an awkward moment that passes, and then Noah
I'm, like,
is going
inspecting
to say to you, Tuuli,
What?
I need a moment with my brother.
Oh, sorry. I was just this door. Really strange. It was here this whole
Tuuli,
time.
please.
We live here.
Just a moment. Of
Sorry.
privacy.
As Tuuli comes up, Tonkee has been getting impatient, so when she notices that the twins aren't right behind him, she's gonna stick her head back down in the hole and be like, "Hey, you coming? We waiting on you."
Oh.
And then she's gonna be like, "Oh, you guys talking? You can do it while we walk."
They need a minute.
How
Brother.
many minutes they need?
I don't know. It's brother things.
Come on, brothers, you can do brother things while we walk.
Are you going up?
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
like,
I was doing this
climbing,
after
yeah.
he got up.
I was
once
climbing
get
up,
up to the
so like
top,
I was
you
probably
say
at the
this.
edge with Tonkee there. Yeah.
You can see they sort of take a few steps towards here, but Noah stops Ryle and sort of leans in and whispers something into their ear.
What?
What is your passive perception?
Ooh.
How
One's
high is
13. Yeah.
You say, what? They don't respond. You can see the brother nods. With your passive perception, hard to read a reaction. But they turn and both make their way towards this rope, and they too join you up at the top of the space.
I'm gonna take my rope back once we're all up.
Something's weird.
Lots of things weird.
You all now
Brothers.
gather around the space, and Penance says, are you all ready to see?
Please.
I am afraid it may prove disappointing. It's been raining for almost 2 days. I can't imagine there'll be anything left. But this way. And they walk. Who was looking for infernal influence around the... It was you? What was your check?
Uno.
No, no.
Everything is wet and gross.
It's all infernal.
Fine. And destroyed.
As you think about the infernal influence that may be all around you, it strikes you that you live on a continent called Mythelstream. A place suffused with infernal energy. And it's not that you're stupid, it's just that perhaps you forgot. But there is infernal workings all around you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This does seem out of the ordinary, as your goblin comrade so helpfully pointed out. This is not something that you have seen here before, but not atypical for the area. So Penance walks into the rain, kind of walking over and a little bit to the west. You all follow.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. You follow for only about like 2 minutes. Just you can still, if the roof had not just collapsed in, you could still just make out the top of it. Now you can see an auspicious gap where the cabin once stood, but only about a minute away in a small clearing surrounded by old sort of trees that have grown away from the space. There is a place where the grass is brown just ever so slightly. And maybe 10 feet away from here, Pennant stops. And they don't look at the spot, but they point to it. And they say, I found him here.
I would like to investigate it.
Okay. Looking for what?
Anything that might have dropped from him.
Make an
anything-
investigation check. What does everybody else do?
Is Tonkee here as well?
Tonkee is here, and she's
Are you
not
back to being
touching
regular side?
Yeah, that only lasts a minute. So Tonkee has sat down on the grass because she's learned by now that when people are investigating, she should not do anything.
Tonkee, could you come sit by me?
Are there any?
I need the umbrella.
Oh, sure, Nora.
And Nora begins to pull out her deck and starts ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay. We'll get back to that in a moment. So investigation, detect magic, anything else in this moment? Yes.
You mentioned that there was like this area is like darkened and brown,
A little bit on the ground, yeah.
like, and like the energy was like sapped or like a necromantic potential.
Make an
spell.
arcana check. Or a nature check. Your choice.
I think they're both wrong with wrong.
Similarly, going to ask about what the like ground
Make an arcana or nature check. Your choice.
discrepancies in the ground.
Ralph will wonder it aloud.
Okay.
You, so
18.
What was that?
Okay.
Can I also investigate?
Yeah.
Ralph wonders about the
No.
brown, strange
Yeah.
pattern aloud.
Nope.
Just roll into a different dice box. It's fun.
Dirty 20. For the two investigating, for Emmie and for Grim, as you kind of look around this space, there is nothing that you can find that is kind of man-made. You don't see any like bits of metal. There is no kind of fletching that would indicate like a spent arrow. You don't find even like footprints or things that would sort of hint at a crime scene. This is just sort of a clearing. Your check was a
Dirty 20
dirty 20 and
for
yours?
nature.
14 for Arcana.
Okay. A 14 for Arcana. There are some things that might do this, but this doesn't strike you as arcane. With a 20 for nature, what you are looking at is grass that has died because something laid on it for some time, depriving it of light, bending it, and really kind of killing the grass. It's yellowed. It's not all the way dead, so it wasn't a long time, maybe 2 days.
So that tracks with.
I think at this point, Ralph would pull Pennant to the side a little bit and be like, very, very quietly, like, "Are you okay?"
No. But I don't know what will help that now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were the one that found it. Of all of us, you deserved it the least. Or potentially the most.
They nod.
How far away are you when you say that?
I would have pulled her as far away from Nora as possible and turned her back to Nora.
He's just gonna sit next to the brown spot for a second.
Make a persuasion check. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll it in my own dice box this time.
That'll be the natural 20.
16.
16.
Better.
With your back to your sibling, they turn to you and discreetly they say, I assumed that he had told Nora, you know. I always got a sense that he favored her.
I do not know. But she wouldn't lie about it.
I know.
I don't know where his heart ever truly lied. But
She smiles sadly at that and she says, for Serax, his heart only craved adventure, I believe. Anybody else doing anything? You hold the umbrella. You complete your ritual casting of Detect Magic. And as it around, there is no magic that lingers in this space.
That's almost worse.
Give me 1 second, actually.
We'll give you worse.
Just feeling a quick beat double check.
Got some divination.
As you cast Detect Magic, 30 feet around you, you do note Arley's spear radiates magic. This magic seems to be, surprisingly or not, evocation in nature. But differently, and perhaps surprisingly, Noah's stone possesses a rapier that also glows bright with magical energy. The school of this seems to be a bit more abjuration in nature. And that is the magic that you see.
Yeah, definitely worse.
Thanks, Tonkee.
We thought you did a good job casting your spell. You should believe in yourself, Nora.
Thanks, Tonkee.
She keeps holding the umbrella.
Is there anything else out of the ordinary in this space that we would have noticed?
So you stand now in this clearing. You know that somewhere off into the north, maybe 20 minutes away, you connect with the Anacrean Low Roads, which travel north into the Anacrean Alliance when they kind of cross the Canyon of Alhoy. And as you look around, you see jungle, you see a couple of animals that are not out of place, bright birds taking shelter in the canopies. The only thing that is amiss with this place is the two distinct groups of people that are gathered here. You and all of your allies kind of gathering around Penance, with Nora maybe just a little bit back, being shielded by Tonkee from the rain. And then the Blades of Mistridge, kind of standing apart. You realize now, as you look, everybody who is not Penance has kind of gathered into a little separate circle and are speaking furtively. But aside from that,
What are they talking about?
make a perception check.
I can't read lips anymore.
I can't read lips anymore. I would just walk right up and be like, what are you guys all talking
It's still a
about?
perception check because they definitely stop talking as you approach.
What?
With the thunder
What are your
cracking
tiefling
in the
eyes see?
distance and the rain falling
Fucking
down,
shit.
you do not hear their words, and they stop talking as you approach. And as you approach, the dwarf says, "Nothing!"
Well, that's definitely
And slightly more convincingly, Ryle, the paladin, says, "We are speaking of private matters. Our
okay.
plans. What comes next for all of us?"
Well, maybe we could all work together.
Maybe not.
Wouldn't it be the best thing to do if we wanted to help whatever Serax was trying to figure out?
I will admit, it intrigues me. This is a mystery that I would dig into if my life were my own.
Well, whose is it?
That is a more complicated answer than I can give you right now.
That's okay.
Who's speaking right now?
This is Ryle, the paladin.
Not
of the
one of
stones?
the two.
Yep.
Not the one that was whispering.
No.
The one that was listening.
Yes.
Well, we can probably help each other eventually, but you don't have to talk now. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay. You can see they all stare, and then when you're like 10 feet off, they all kind of huddle back.
I'm gonna go and like spook them like I'm going back, and then be like,
Okay.
And then
If I
go
can
on.
do another investigative thing.
Sure.
Nora, seeing that, like, there's no signs of magic, is just kind of gonna look around for any, like, sign that somebody else caused this and not that just he randomly dropped dead in the middle of the forest.
Sure.
Looking for, like, anything left behind, like symbols or anything that might be around. Any spiders, anything like that.
Make an investigation check. You've seen Emmie and Grim both do something similar.
I don't know, I'm ready. Nope. I see no nothing.
It's wet. It's been
It's
raining
so
for
wet.
2 days. And so signs and clues have probably kind of been washed out.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
You, are you staying for a little bit, Penance? Or are you back on the road?
Penance nods and says, I plan to stay. I've been away for some time, and I think the town could use a tune.
Can
What
I buy
about
you
you?
a drink before we leave?
I suppose.
We haven't had much time to speak recently.
Okay. I don't know if the inn will be open, but it should open up before too long.
I think Nora is just kind of like cuddling a very small, kind of puffed cat who's actively like huddling down in her arms.
Yeah, ears down. They do not like this rain.
And just like kind of rests on, I'm guessing, her elbow? Tonkee's elbow?
Tonkee? Yeah, sounds about right.
And I think seeing that, Rhalf would kind of turn around to her and be like, all right, out of the rain. There's nothing else for us here.
Okay.
Can we go get hot chocolate?
We've got a mystery. Hoo, 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 hoo. I'm just gonna start jumping into puddles and stuff on the way back.
Okay.
A mystery that killed our friend, Tuuli.
I was gonna say, if there's a silvery barbs
What?
to stop that.
A mystery that killed our friend, Tuuli.
But it brought us all together, and we have the opportunity to help Serax do what he was trying to do. And being sad isn't going to help that. And if Serax saw all of you being sad about it, he'd say the same thing.
Tuuli,
I'm sad too.
I hate that you're right.
But
Let's scamper off.
Very
Does
smart.
Penance
You're right about
move
that.
with us?
you can only be
As, like,
happier when
the
you
group starts
decide to.
moving? Does she go too?
Initially, yes. As you all begin to walk off, she walks with you. But maybe like 5 paces in, the dwarf, actually, I think probably Arlie, is going to run up and kind of grab her by the elbow and just say, wait a second. We have to talk. And she will kind of keep Penance back.
Emmie would have hung back just a minute and said, "Thank you, Penance. May the light grant you peace."
Penance turns to you and she says, I've never really put much stock in your people,
And you needn't.
but thank you.
And Emmie's leaving.
Bye, Penance.
You say goodbye, and you all leave. I would say, who has a passive perception above 16?
Not at level 3.
Or he does.
You make your way back towards town. 1 penance later.
By the time we get back, does it seem like the inn is open?
By the time we get back to town, let me pull up my sheet here.
We should.
It would be about 5 p.m.
Solias.
And in fact, as you approach Mistridge, you would see the Mistridge Tavern opening up. The door is cracking open from the 2-story L-shaped building. You can see a little bit of light kind of flooding from beyond. There is rain kind of falling that falls into this little shrimp-filled pond out front. You can see through the door the long tables that could fit a ton of people that kind of go back towards this fireplace. You can smell that there is food. You can actually see a number of cats inside. I would say, Nora, your familiar kind of stirs as they get close, almost excited, as they are familiar with Cheddar, Crackers, and Figs, the 3 cats that sort of take up residence in the cellar here. And certainly you can make your way to the Mistridge Tavern.
Come on. We go have a drink for Serax.
Okay. You all make your way in.
For Serax.
Would
Grimgob.
Selias and Eelgrass be folks that would make more sense to see in the morning?
Well, Selias is the one that's opening the tavern, so you
Oh.
can go see them right now.
Okay,
Eelgrass
good.
certainly...
Yeah.
Well, Eelgrass is a
He's
hard
done
one
hours.
to nail down. He does what he wants to do. You can always try Eelgrass.
I'll follow up on the Selias one now and then see, because I don't know who has the best relationship with Eelgrass to try
Ralph
that.
did not.
You
bring
probably would.
her
I would.
armaments to the funeral,
Yep.
so she would probably go pick them up now,
Okay.
seeing that how the turn of the day has
Sure,
gone.
yeah. You go take a
So
quick
that
trip
might
back
be
home.
if I'm late to the tavern. That's why.
You take like 5 minutes, just a quick detour back
I
home.
think Nora just like automatically follows along
Okay.
and
Two
does
of
not
you.
go inside and just like sitting outside in the rain.
You divert over. Your parents at 5 p.m. have kind of like settled into the routine of making dinner. So if you want, you can kind of pop into the living room, grab your stuff, and just right back out. No problem.
I think
Okay.
I'm
For the
on board.
rest of you, you enter into the tavern. You can smell there is something already cooking. You can see these cats around the space. You enter into this room, and in front of you is Selias Redmist, who currently makes their way back behind the bar. And as they see you, give me just 1 second, let me pull them up. This tiefling has tan skin with warm undertones. They have curly hair that is now dried. You can see they are fairly sharply dressed for this sort of neighborhood, and they are currently stocking some of the general goods that they keep behind the bar. They turn and kind of nod to all of you, and they say, "Well, it's been just a moment since I've seen all of you together. Welcome back, everyone. Tonkee, good to see you again. Hang on." And he reaches under the bar and with both hands picks up your huge mug.
Let me
and
help you.
Down onto the bar.
Thank you, old man.
It rattles the glasses that are there. He turns around and says, "So what will you all be having?"
The
It really-
usual, please.
Of course. Would you mind just holding it? And you have to extend it over the bar, and he just the tab. And this is like probably 5 or 6 full steins worth of ale that are just being dumped in here. And Tonkee,
Not a cheap drunk.
no, and you come here a fair amount, and so you're definitely getting a discount. You also are very familiar with the ale here. It is something that is made in the basement. It is just called Mistridge Ale. It is fermented wild, and so it is a little sour. There is imported sugar that is used in the process, though, and that is kind of the claim to fame for this. It's pretty good.
Vincent?
They turn around. Would anybody else like anything?
I have some questions.
Well, those are free, but anything to drink or eat, yes.
I have a character question because I don't think I never forgot to ask this at
Sure.
any point. Are there any rules about drinking?
No?
All right, dope. An ale.
Yeah.
I'll have a taste of home. Pointing to the
I'll have one.
the homemade sour ale,
Okay.
the Mistfits ale.
Just a small one. Thank you.
Well, we only make them in one size, but I'll go
finish
with the
it for
light
you.
more.
Thank you.
They pour 5 ales for all of you. And they sort of settle into the bar and they say, "Terribly sorry to see all of you under such sad circumstances. Very sad to hear about Serax.
You know he was back?
I didn't know that he was back until we heard from the children."
Same.
Did he tell anyone?
What's his name again? How do you say his name again?
Selias.
Selias.
Selias, yeah.
Selias. Hannon said that Serax visited here from time to time.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
He never
came
stopped
in.
by to
Would you
talk
know
to you.
anything about
Did not.
a big door with 12 slots in it in the basement of the cabin we used to stay in?
There's a basement.
Yeah, we fell through it because Grimmy tried to use gravity magic.
I slap Tuuli on the back.
How? Well, that it's not really my concern. The cabin's outside of town. I don't know very much about it.
Well,
But this is an old town.
have you heard of anything about stuff in the old town that might be related?
I've heard of crying spirits in the dead of night. I've heard of nature sprites.
Have you heard of 12 stones?
So I am going
carved
to, at
in
this
mist
point,
in jungle skies?
climb. I'm really short, so I'm like, I have a feet on one of his chair, and I'm pulling up right to his ear, and I will whisper in your ear, Tuuli,
What?
this got Serax killed. Don't just tell
Did
everyone.
you say 12 stones?
And then I'll hop down.
I'm gonna look back down at Grimmy and be like, yes.
He says, well, there are tales, of course, about legendary stones of power. But I don't know of any around here. The closest one I've ever heard of is, and this was a long time ago, mind you, but in Portalis.
Portalis.
And that was hundreds of years ago. My father told me about it.
Well, have you heard anything about anything going on in Hexgale?
Just the regular amounts of supplies I've gotten. What in particular?
Well, that's where Serax was coming from. Something bad was following him, I think.
Oh dear. Something bad like what?
I don't know.
Is this
That's-
how he wound up? You know.
I think that's what we're trying to find out now.
Well, you could always go to Hexgale.
Hexgale or Portalis.
Yeah.
Where would something like that be kept in Portalis?
Well, make a history check.
Do I get anything for that?
No.
Damn.
Portalis is a big place.
Yeah, but sometimes you know shit. It's always good to check.
Yeah.
History, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be a 22.
I mean, the Gallery of Improbable Shapes could have something like that, depending on sort of the physical form of it. You might, if you had something and could get an audience with him, probably the Merchant Prince, Master Varion Dath, would be somebody you could talk to.
Let's talk to Theo.
You could probably go anywhere along the Aurelian Stair, where there are all kinds of like fancy sort of museums and gem galleries.
I did get yours out of that one.
I would say you've within the Glasswells, which are sort of like the central district with these amphitheaters and wide plazas. There is a place called the Whisperglass Forum, and there is a renowned jeweler there. That would be a place that it could be.
I haven't been there yet.
With that check, boy, give me 1 second here. I would say, obviously, the Iridescent Market. This is a place where fine art, enchanted fabrics, alchemical perfumes, and luxuries from a little bit south in the jungles come from. That's definitely a place where it could be. And I would say that's just kind of the start. It occurs to you that in a town the size of Portalis, there are quite a few places something like that could be.
I mean, if we were to start in Portalis, there's endless possibilities for where something like that could be stored.
Selias says, and there's all sorts of people you could talk to there. Somebody must know more.
Where would someone be able to find this sort of tome or text or like the rest of this.
Are you asking him that? Or are you thinking to yourself?
I'm thinking it and determining if it's something that would be dangerous to ask based on Grimmy's suspicions.
It could be.
Casting
Yeah, again, with what you know, it's gotten somebody killed in the past, and this is just a very old piece of text, a library in ancient bookstore. It could have been found in a decrepit dungeon.
But this is written in Infernal, correct?
Correct.
Oh, this was written in Infernal?
Correct.
Yeah, that's
I
why
missed
I'm
it
trying
too.
to determine like
I can
where.
read that.
We probably, a lot of us can.
A lot of us can.
You know me
I could
can't
not.
read, Tuuli.
I guess I would just start being like, taking the thing and being like, cross. I'd say it as I'm sitting there next to him, not trying to hide it.
Sure. You say that he doesn't seem to pay too much attention.
Say it.
It doesn't seem to resonate with him in any real way.
The whole poem.
Hmm?
The whole poem.
Yeah, I mean, you're known for kind of like singing to yourself, and so they seem to just kind of assume that's what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna, kind of. I'm reading it, and I'm gonna be.
Is there a
Saying it
table,
out loud.
or is it all just bar?
There are
pretty
two
much?
very large great tables that seat 11 people each.
Okay. I think Ralph would see how occupied are they?
Empty. This just opened. Like
Yeah.
you walked in as the doors were open.
It's
Yeah, with
us.
And
with-
this is
with
a pretty somber place. You can hear people creaking around up in the great room, probably getting settled in, but nobody in the bar.
Is there a fire?
Yeah.
Ralph would like the seat closest to the fire at one of those tables, and she'll probably be like, "Come on, let's."
Okay. You put your back
Chat.
to the fire, only about 8 feet away. Are you all gathering around this table?
Yep.
Okay, you gather around the table. This orange cat that you all know is named Cheddar just kind of wraps their way around your feet, rubbing up against your shins, begging for a treat. This is a place that oftentimes serves bacon in the morning, and Cheddar is always looking for a little bit of bacon. But you
Ralph
gather
would
here.
surreptitiously try to coax Cheddar into her lap.
Make an animal handling check.
Excellent. I'm so good at this. Please, cat. Oh, potential cat. 15.
You kind of look down, you make eye contact with the cat, you blink, the cat blinks back at you, and there is this little, and it leaps into your lap. You can hear, there's this little, like,
I'm so nervous to try it because if I
as
fail, I'll
they
be
make biscuits
devastated.
on your armor, just kind of just tinging off.
Ralph would take her cloak and try to get it underneath Cheddar so he's a little bit more comfortable.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can just hear the little as they make biscuits now. Very happy.
I think just with cats settled in lap and slowly warming up by the fire. And as Tuuli's just murmuring this poem to himself,
Not murmuring it.
orating this poem to himself, but also to the entire
Stones,
pub.
The story lies. It's a respectable volume. I'm not doing it.
Anyway,
Let her finish, please.
Nora just kind of looks down at Puff and just says, "He's wrong, you know.
Who's wrong?
Well, you are. Serax wouldn't want us to be happy if we're not. He'd say it's important to express what you're truly feeling. And it's okay to be sad.
It is okay to be sad.
And you don't have to be happy if you're not feeling that way. Happy's not a choice. Not always.
But Serax wouldn't want us to wallow in it.
It's not wallowing on the day that we remember he died.
Yeah. But
And on a day where our house has been destroyed.
that was your house?
Tuuli.
Our house, Tuuli. Our.
That was our house?
Tuuli, please.
Nora,
Sorry.
you be sad. It's okay to feel sad. We love you even when you're sad. gives a big hug,
I
and then
just
surreptitiously
choose.
pets the cat while she does so.
To look at the happy things. Because they make me feel better. I'm sad too, though.
Refrain or not, I'm not ready to let go.
That's why I want to keep finding out what this is about.
You think we should go on a field trip?
And as Tonkee says this, you all turn, and near the fireplace, kind of cast in this illuminating glow, there is a map of Mythelstream that kind of spread out. You can see these various areas that you have all discussed. You can see Portalis off into the north. You can see, should you choose to go to Hexgale, a little bit further to the northwest, and some difficult terrain to get there.
Does the name Valorn
Make a history check.
15?
Valorn. It sounds vaguely familiar to you. It sounds historical, but the precise nature of that name eludes you.
Valorn.
Emmy?
Hey,
Who's Valorn?
Oh, sorry. Do the flames ever mention anything about 12 stones?
Hey,
what about
Emmy?
Valorn? Because it said something about his flame.
If it's
Or
all the same to all
rubies?
of you, I'd like to just think about other things for just a little bit.
Remember the other time that the floor collapsed?
I don't want to
We
think
were
about
at-
swords and bats, but that is kind of what I meant.
That was a good concert up until the floor collapsed.
He
You
never
didn't even
got
get
to
to play.
But he did. But he made fire after you all told me that wasn't what that meant. Nora, what you want to think about?
Nicer things. Less about why he might have died and things we got to do together. We can think about why he died tomorrow.
That
We
sounds
really
good to
even
me, Nora.
want to?
What do you mean?
Something got him killed. He didn't ask for help. He didn't even tell any of us he was back.
That is weird.
All of the evidence that we have is circumstantial at best.
Something's weird with the twins, too. Not you, the other ones.
Something's always been weird with the twins.
No. Tonkee saw it, too.
They wanted brother time.
No. I think they found something else in that cave and they did not share it with us.
And Arlie's spear was weird.
But Nora's right. We should... This can wait until tomorrow. And Grimgob sits down on top of the... climbs on top of the table and sits cross-legged on the table so that he can see everyone eye to eye. And he starts drinking his drink.
You all drink your ales around this table in front of this fire, some of you with cats on your laps. And each of you having a slightly unique view on how Serax might request that you handle this circumstance. A little bit of time passes as you tell a few tales of your time spent together. For you, Rhalf, your eyes keep traveling to the door. You invited somebody here, and you felt they were walking alongside you before their friends stopped them for a moment, so they should be just behind you. But 10 minutes pass. 30 minutes pass. And as the sun sets outside, just behind the clouds that are just starting to break, Penance never shows. None of the Blades of Mistrid show.
I think as Rhalf finishes her second drink, she'll just kind of put it down, just be like, they left without us.
Left
Ralph,
where?
make a perception check.
Ooh.
Of course those Fuckers, dude. Fuckers.
5.
Everyone's here.
With a 5, you see no sign of penance.
Damn.
Does anybody have a passive perception above 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say everybody but Rhalf is aware of the fact that at the window there is a squirrel. Hands, little hands up on the glass, little face pressed up against the glass, just up, and you can see it seems to be just
Ooh, I'm gonna go talk
trying
to
to catch Ralph's attention.
Hi, squirrel.
Hearing high squirrel, she'd be like,
I can
What
talk to
squirrel?
squirrels.
And when you turn, you can see there's a squirrel.
I
And
think it
goes,
wants you to go
and it
outside.
points to you.
I can translate if you want.
sure. What? Al gets up and goes out. The windows don't open.
They do.
She should open the windows like what outside.
You open the window, and the squirrel looks at you. It opens its little mouth, and Penance's voice comes out. And she says, I promise I'm not standing you up. But we've business in Portalis.
Oh,
Good luck. I owe you a drink. And the squirrel just hops and runs off into the rain.
bye, squirrel penance.
How do we not know that Penance could be a squirrel?
That I
It's a
think
spell,
was
Tonkee.
yes.
Oh, a spell to turn into a squirrel.
All right.
No, Donkey. She spoke through the squirrel. It was a message.
A spell to use the animal messenger.
Anyway.
Okay.
Darkness has fallen across Mistfits.
So the blades are going to Portalis. Maybe they know something about it as well. If they are hiding something, then going to Portalis seems like a good idea. Anyway.
Julie, you share this to the table. And as the night grows long and you consider your next steps, Misfits, this is where we're going to end for the evening. And when we begin next week, you can all decide in which direction you would like to take your adventure. But it seems as if you have a few choices. Portalis to the north calls for some of you more than others. A familiar place where perhaps you have some connections that could help. But just a little bit further away, there is Hexgale, the place that Serax had been just before his demise, and where perhaps he had gathered this piece of text. Talk amongst yourselves over the coming week, and when we come back, we will have the next leg of our adventure. But please, whatever you do, it is wild, stay safe, and remember to tune in on Sunday for our original Cypher System game, Iron and Thorn. We'll see you next week.
Bye.